Welcome back to the Clash Masters presented by Rush.gg. I'm Carbon, joined here with Lady B for day number 2 to find out who is going to win this first qualifiers. Oh my goodness, I am excited to see these top teams competing. It is only 4 left, and it's time to be giving first place out and giving them the most points, because they're not going to be guaranteed the playoffs, just going to be getting points here today. But how are you doing this so far?
Oh, I'm doing great. After yesterday's matches, I am so pumped to see what we have going on. And you mentioned these teams are going for points, but they're also going for prizes. But let's talk a little bit about the format that we have that is in store for our teams. So we have 3 weeks of competition, and during this you're seeing day 1 of this competition. These are single elimination tournaments, so there are no do-overs. They're looking to earn points. They will get prizing based on where they place in this, but the ultimate goal is to get in the top 4 to turn into to go into the playoffs. But there will be a last chance qualifier in order to get into those last 4 positions. But this is going to be an interesting one, Carbon. Overall, like this last chance qualifier, the way that it actually works out, I'm excited to see, because we have what we're kind of calling a schoolyard pick based on the number 5 and 7 positions of how they get to go about it in that bracket. But in a way, it's not really like a schoolyard pick, because we've been talking about how you might go about it picking the weakest team, not the best, you know, not like the favorite team to go with it.
Right, absolutely. That really is going to change the dynamic in this whole competition of being in the 5th through 8th place there, and then have to qualify through the double elimination just to get to that point to be picked. So that is going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure we could probably take a look at the prize pool for these teams that are competing here today through the qualifiers, and then we're going into the playoffs. The prize pool for each qualifier here, as you see, first place 2,500. So that's what's on the line that they're fighting for today. First place 2,500 is $7,000 each qualifier, and then $4,000 in the LCQ, the last chance qualifier. So not only is there points on the line, but there is also money as well. But then there's also a hefty prize pool for the playoffs. And then there is that one thing that they are fighting for, Lady B.
Oh, there certainly is. And just as a reminder, 5th or 8th in these qualifiers do actually receive a prize pool as well, as you'll see in the playoffs. But this is where the big bucks come in. We're talking about $10,000 for the first place prize, but not just that. This is the golden edition. So that means first place in the playoffs gets the golden ticket, which means they go into the World Championships. This is free pass in. Well, maybe not free, because they're definitely working for it, but the other teams will not go away empty-handed here, Carbon.
Yeah, they will not indeed. They will be able to still make some money there, but I know they're going for that golden ticket. They want to be playing on that big stage in the World Finals for Clash of Clans, and that's the whole different thing this year is the format change, as there are the community tournaments that are going to be giving away the golden tickets, and then those teams will be able to meet and play and compete on the world stage against the best teams in the world, trying to be crowned, because we've had several champions now going into like the 4th year, and there's been no back-to-back. Well, can they see if we are going to be seeing a new champion this year or another or the same as previous? But we will now bring up the bracket for the Clash Masters, and we had such an eventful day yesterday, and today we have in the semis Cutie Fenn taking on Vengeful Noobs, and those two teams put up unbelievable scores. The first one, Cutie Fenn perfected Fiantompanai, and then we had Vengeful Noobs coming to 1% away from perfection. Granted that they had Lady B's Jinx against them to stop them. But then we also had 2 amazing matches as well to close out the day yesterday.
Yeah, those matches to close out the day. We had Queen Walker Stephanie, who had a 12-12 war, which was very interesting because many brothers held them back. It was a really close, a really exciting match, but Queen Walkers will proceed on, and we will get to see them today. But what was interesting in the final match was Indonesia going up against and pulling in a fabulous 14-star war. But we are in the action. Cutie Fenn starting it off. We're looking for perfection with them to see what's going to happen here. And let's take a look as we have Zero coming in with the Super Witches.
Yeah, start off with that lightning spell to help set up a bit of the funnel. Don't worry about the right side stats. That will be updated and fixed as we are jumping into the very first attack in this match here. Cutie Fenn with the Super Witches. Remember, we've talked about it before, where Super Witches take a lot of time, so you have to be getting those Super Witches down nice and early. And it looks like he did about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and so he should have plenty of time to be able to help push through the rest of this base with that log launcher coming to the top, planning to hopefully open up all the way through the core of this base.
Yeah, and if he just needs to get to the core, if he's not able to get the final wall to the town hall, we bring this jump as a backup scenario, but it can also be used to reach into the scatter shot position, which is always a nice option as well. However, this king is going strong, and it looks like we've lined up the opening to force his way into here, though we do want to see the multi-targeting Inferno go down. We've got the big boys taking the lead, and this is looking like perfection so far with a tome on that Warden's timing. We almost got that wall fully open for the queen, but jump will need to be done in place. But look at this carbon. King is making his way into the scatter shot and giving this everything it needs.
Yeah, but the queen just goes down, now using the road chip in the far left into the Tassa farm. Has a rage, but gonna have to use it and hopefully have this jump spell push these Super Witches into the town hall with the healers. Oh, look at that, the ice golems freezing the town hall, and now the healers will be able to heal up at least one of the Super Witches to full health, and the town hall just goes down.
Yeah, and he has the Royal Champ coming in. When we look at these kind of bases, we want to make sure there are no main obstructive defenses coming through, and that will help the Royal Champion. Biggest problem here for him right now is going to be that time factor that you talked about earlier. The King is still going strong, providing awesome tank, and despite the Queen dying out early on this Royal Champ and King have kept things under control. Super Witch is still going strong, but 22 seconds left to try and finish this off, and that is why he is holding that Seeking Shield, letting her ability to die out, because she will get a huge regenerative boost once he goes through it. So waiting for those final four structures to launch it off, and gets it done with the 3 stars. So indeed, pulling in the triple from the start. Very, very impressive. And I like that they're not showing their nerves here.
Oof. Wow, that was close. Great job of saving the Royal Champion ability, because you know it hits from goes to the 4 defenses once you pop the ability, but once all the defenses are removed, it will go to the 4 closest things. That could even be a hero or defending skeletons that pop on the base. And in this case, it went to the 4 last buildings and helped speed up the final cleanup. So great job of saving the Royal Champion when he realized that he was close on time and he was able to get that 3-star. And at this point, it looks like in this match, that's what they're going to have to continue to do, because it just might almost be a perfect because of what these teams put up yesterday. And what's going to happen is they're going to try to, if they lose this war, they will lose the chance of obviously being in first place, getting the most points, but we will still have another match to identify 3rd place. So you will still be able to see them again. But now we got Nazimo coming in with the Dragons with a little bit of a blizzard. So we have the Lava Hound that he's going to want to use to help protect this blimp potentially as he's going to fly his way across. But the Dragon Riders are already down. Lava Hound leads the charge as well with the Warden. Do we have the blimp coming down? No, not yet. Just wants to pull some of these potential traps. Does not look like he does that, but he does pull a tornado trap, so he won't have to face that later.
Yeah, and I think the timing is also critical here for him to get everything coming through. A lot of spread out for those dragons, and while the multis don't do a huge amount of damage, we are hitting a lot of traps along the way. But is he able to get that blizz down? Indeed, he is.
Yeah.
Gets everything on point. and targets through. But yeah, those multi-targeting Infernos don't do as much damage as obviously the singles, but if you have obstructive defenses or other structures in the way, that's what you worry about, because the beams will pick off. This is absolutely stunning. It can be risky. I've seen these kind of approaches with the whoa. We're not just talking about the Blizz here, Carbon. You see that Super Archer there who came out as well. This is beautiful.
That was absolutely incredible value into the core of the base with that one ability protecting the blimp. And the Super Archers were there just to be able to grab the Town Hall over the distance of where giant bombs could be, and did damage the Super Wizards. But this was, look at this. There's like 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the raid. This is one of the fastest attacks. We were seeing fast attacks yesterday, which was all Super Archers, or it was Super Wizards and Yetis. And this one yet it just proves how strong it is with the clone up in the core for that blimp. And the base was just destroyed. You think you spend hours building and testing a base, and then it just goes down in seconds just like that. It just shows you the strength of that attack. But when the update does drop, we will be seeing a change to the Super Dragons. But really, Seeking Air Mines will really heavily hit Lava Hounds and the air game of the dragon, any dragon attack essentially, because the Seeking Air Mine already does a one hit, kind of takes out the healers anyway, so that won't matter on that side. So really the dragon spam, the dragon meta is really going to get hit. We'll have to see how much that attack is going to be changed from this update balance change coming in the future.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the interesting thing for a lot of players, especially as we see competitions continuing on and teams that are going to have to adjust very quickly to this. But for now, they're taking advantage and doing some phenomenal work. We're seeing a lot of creativity with it, particularly with what comes in from those blimps for the different style design bases. As you mentioned, when you have that space between the town hall, you need a way to reach it, and the Blizz can't necessarily do it. So those Super Archers we are seeing just a little bit more of here and there. But one thing I want to point out is you talked about the time factor. These are the two teams yesterday that pulled in a perfect war. That was from Cutie Fenn. And we had the almost perfect war. Again, we're not going to talk about who jinxed that one, but it was one 99. Building shy. Yeah, one building shy, 99.9%, well, 99.8% overall from actually picking up that perfect war. So these two teams know that there is a lot on the line, and they are going to have to keep time in mind, because both of them have the potential of throwing down a double perfect war. Not to jinx it, but in reality, this is an expectation here.
Yeah, it really is when you're at this level with these teams here. So that one mistake could cost you in a war like this, and they are going to have to be planning for tripling every single base. And the plan here is to use the Flame Fling off to the right, pulling some Teslas, small bombs, more small bombs, skeletons, really wanting to help try to stop that Flame Flinger right there. But we're seeing Dark Fairies come in and plan against that. And they're really expecting every single trap near the Town Hall when they're doing this. So they're going to have to use multiple troops just to try to pull traps and test for the Flame Flinger. But this is going to be able to help set up the value and grab that Town Hall, and then lead to the Super Dragons to move through the base with the heroes on the other side to help funnel them straight in towards the middle. And this is where you can take some time. We've seen that Super Dragons attacks are really fast, so you can let this develop. But the question is, does this Flame Flinger have enough health remaining to be able to grab that Town Hall? Oh no!
Ooh, and that Goblin just trips up the giant bomb, doing more damage to it, so no. But we do have a Super Drag coming out. Let's see if he's going to rage us up, give it the opportunity to come through and take it on. Might need to even invest a freeze, but the rage should be just enough. Drops the invisibility spell instead. Now, I will say Dark Fairies came in with the 3-star, with the Super Drag, so well-versed in this style attack, and does indeed get the Town Hall taken down. Nice backup in this one.
Wow, that Super Dragon that came out and took the Town Hall also kind of bounced and skipped to hit the single target Inferno as well. What a perfect angle that Super Dragon hit the Inferno Tower through the Expo. The value is incredible right there. Now with the Raw Champion still to use, His queen still has her ability, and this is looking really good to get another 3-star in this one.
Absolutely. This Royal Champ has so much opportunity to come in as the multi goes down. We don't have the scatter shot focus yet, but we do have a freeze. And honestly, it's not necessarily needed considering what he has, but time is one of those factors that you want to keep in mind when you know you're going up against teams that are picking up close to perfect wars. So you want to use everything that you have. Nothing should go to waste, and it does not. So we're coming in. Now, this is a slower moving super drag attack, I will say, from what I've seen, with like 30 seconds remaining on the board, but still getting the triple. And that is the most important thing here, because those 3-stars, they need to keep rolling through against teams that put up perfection against. Then they put up perfection against VN Tompanai. Like, this is insane that they were able to take down a team like that early on. So it puts pressure on Vengeful Noobs. But any small slip up, I feel like it puts pressure on them because they've got a target on their back now.
Yeah, every single player to be attacking later and later in this war, more pressure. And like you said, you want to be able to see the heartbeat monitor, how nervous they are getting. I would love to see it as well, you know, and that's the beautiful thing, is that these players are going to be fighting to try to get that golden ticket at the end of the Clash Masters competition. But once they get to the world stage, we'll be seeing them on a webcam or maybe in person. I don't know. I would love to see an in-person event if it's possible, because I remember years ago when we did have it, it's just nothing beats the atmosphere when you're able to just see your teammates next to you, and then the enemy on the other side that you're going up against, and it's just the nerves really set in when you've got the cameras, and instead of sitting at home on the couch or on your desk, and you're in a comfortable environment where these players are right now. So really it's going to be interesting as it gets further later in this year, as these players continue to compete and they get the experience of playing these teams. And that's the thing, is we will see a lot of new faces, a lot of new names in this year because of the meta, and it allows really any team to step up. And that's what we want to see, is really these pro teams are really put to their test. Can they stick it through the meta changes? And that's what makes them so good. But at this point, Diego for Vengeful Noobs wants to keep the triples coming in. The rage is down for the queen. Can she stay alive and not use the ability? It looks like she's just staying up through the rage spell.
Wow, cutting that so close, able to keep her just on the cusp of having to force that ability or not, but keeps her going along and extends the rage. A little risky when players do this, but they feel they know their heroes the best and how far they can push it. This gives her just a little bit more power to dig in deeper into the space and drop that rage as she takes on the heat from the Expos. We do have the Eagle now picking up, targeting the King, which is perfect because you want to keep the focus off the Queen, as much damage as possible while the King provides the tank. And he's also tanking for the Royal Champion here against the defending King, so the Royal Champ can come in, sneak through, and take on that multi-targeting Inferno, so we can have an easier path here for the Lalo.
Yeah, Warden ability perfectly protects all the Barbarians from the King. The Royal Champion as well. The Queen now just pops the Hound, but you notice he dropped that wall breaker a little bit before, and that opened the whole core of this base. So the Queen can step in and grab the Eagle Artillery, and even still has her ability, but the Town Hall is open in this compartment, meaning the Queen can grab it if she wants to step in for it. But we have to watch out for that single target Inferno. But the Flame Flinger is about to open up, not looking like it's going to get the Town Hall. So the Queen can go for it. Depends on her pathing with a rage, and Yeti's coming out.
Those Yetis are going to come and get it done. If he has the rage combination, oh, it doesn't matter. Queen and these Yetis, this just got it done anyway. That Queen coming in superbly. We've got an easy push for the Lalo. Diego absolutely ravaging this base. And look at the swarm of loons coming around surgically for each side of those defenses, circling through. And the Queen can swag her ability in confidence along with the freeze and the invisibility spell.
Yeah, the swag spells right there coming in. Finish off the remaining buildings here to keep this war all tied up with 2 triples apiece from each side. Great job with that Queen charge. with that Flame Flinger into the Lalo on the backside. Just got incredible value right there. And it's just going for attack after attack, answering each other. And that's what we love to see at this stage of the competition.
It certainly is. These back-to-back 3-stars make it exciting because essentially we're sitting waiting here to see who's going to be the first to break, who's going to crack, bend under the pressure. Maybe they're not so excited about it, but that's what we're waiting to see. And we love the creativity. I mean, a great defense, you cannot deny, is a thing of beauty, but it does build up the excitement to see who at the end of this is going to have to really push harder to find the right attack or hope that they have the right defense to make it in the end. And time almost came into play, I feel like, yesterday for a bit. We were talking about it and we were tied up in one of the matches completely on stars, on percentage, on time. And that is something that we really don't get to see very often in a double perfect war combination. So I don't know, that would be interesting to have in a scenario today to look at. But we've got coming in for Cutie Fenn with the Super Bowler Smash. We've talked about this being one of the more popular style of smashes more recently, as we get a lot of power out of these Super Bowlers, not only with their triple bounce.
You know, I'm remembering this base. This base was hit with Super Bowlers before, but Super Bowlers walked. This is kind of the plan that was happened yesterday. And it tried to get the Super Bowlers to go into the multi-target by the Clan Castle, but they walked all the way to the bottom side with that Warden. So that was an issue in the last time when I saw this attack, and maybe they saw this base and they're like, okay, let's see if we can copy the same attack, but just try to fix it up and get those Super Bowlers into the core.
Yeah, well, he's using the Flame Flinger nicely here, but needs a little bit more funnel. We see a couple of the Super Wizards and the P.E.K.K.A to ensure, and with that Scatter Shot going down, this should mean that everything works in succinctly, and yes, it does. He has taken the lesson from yesterday's match. The P.E.K.K.A will work through, but also provide tank here. Oh, not for the Flame Flinger, but we will, it's done its job. We will have it providing what it needs. This is dominating through the base carbon, and we have the Royal Champ coming in for the other flanking Scatter Shot now.
And this one did set a beautiful funnel to push those Super Bowlers into the core, and you can see the strength of that now, getting the core out, and now the Queen is able to step in, because before, in the previous attack that happened yesterday against this base with the Super Bowlers, the Queen just didn't have enough protection to get through the backside of this base, but this looked like that plan was right all along, and it is going to be getting that 3-star for Cutie Fenn, and keeping it going in a perfect funnel to set those bowlers straight into the middle of this base and get incredible value.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember, was this the one where it actually time failed? He was able to almost turn it around, but it was some sort of like 98% 2-star, like super close to kind of trying to get it back in order. That's a beautiful adjustment that we got to see in here. So nice job, kudos, and keeping it tied up on the board. The 3-stars keep rolling through, building up the intensity, and that is exactly what we want to see. I'm curious to know in chat, because I've got YouTube chat up, I've got Twitch chat up. I want to see what the viewers think. Who's going to win this war? Who do you see actually getting the win from the amazing attacks that we're getting to see so far? Which is your favorite pick that we have coming in?
Man,
and you, Carbon, which would you say?
I mean, I don't know. Really, I have no idea, because we saw Cutie Fenn just put up an amazing war yesterday with that perfect war, and then we saw Vengeful Noobs with the 14 and a 99% 2-star. So really, it could go either way, and that's what it's looking like. It's looking like he could go all the way down to the wire to the final attack. So I can't wait to see. But the thing is, like, it feels like every single one of these attacks coming in is just so confident that it's like almost not even a question, other than that one final kind of Royal Champion ability with the Super Witches. But every attack just seems like it's just mowing through these bases, taking them down, and making it look so easy.
Yeah, they really do. And I was talking to, we were talking about the heart rate monitor and we're wondering how they're going about this, especially as the pressure builds up. And I talked to Van yesterday because I asked this on stream and he responded to me in my server and he said, to answer your question about the heart rate during my hit,
Yeah.
it was speeding up right there at the end with the cleanup. That's where he really got going. It's the intensity of knowing that you might not have it down to time. And we saw a lot of close calls yesterday. We'll have to see if that happens. But so far, these have been pretty clean runs for the most part and great adjustments with anything that's gone just slightly awry. King Mo now for Vengeful Noobs coming in with the Sohim style, the Hydra bat. So we don't get to see this quite as much, but it is a lovely thing to see. We want to make sure that the bats are coming in for cleanup opposite side from the dragon so that they're not soaking up any of those traps. But we have to watch and minimize the amount of splash damage for them on the back end or save some freezes along with it.
Yeah, and that funnel was set straight into the core of this base with those dragons taking out the middle scatter. The Royal Champion, his Queen still has her ability. She's going to step for the wall. Queen, what are you doing? Oh, no. She's going to go for the wall, not go off to the right by the single. Does lure out a Headhunter, continuing his path in, but the bats can start to come down. He freezes up the ground expo, but surprisingly, he doesn't freeze up the Inferno Tower with that same freeze, so that could have been an accident by forcing an invisibility right there onto his RC to keep her alive, but still has 6 bats to use.
Yeah, we have to worry about the single for the dragons, of course, and we've got a close proximity of the scatter shot and the wizard tower here that he could get some good value, but he's only got this one freeze spell, so Bat Bombs tries to come in, freezes it up to go for the double combination. Is it going to work in time with the Royal Champ trying to clear her way through? It is just enough time. That was a smart move to get that done, and when you are planning these attacks, these are the things that you look for.
Wait, the Wizard Tower is still up. That's the problem.
Oh, and the Royal Champ is very low in health. The single targeting Inferno not going down.
Oh, yes.
Warden can actually do this now.
He's got the Queen and Dragon. He's going to get it if he's got time. Queen's going to be able to help secure the rest. It's only one Archer Tower and a Builder Hut that's still remaining. The Warden took out the Wizard Tower just like that. And look at that. Oh, my goodness. Wow. There's the tornado trap, but he's gonna get it.
Yeah, I gotta say, when you come in with these attacks, like what you saw there with the freeze radius, I mean, you have to be on point. Freezes can be difficult. We've seen pro players having issues with freezes from time to time, but when you do this, 21 seconds.
Wow.
Queen's got to work her way through. She's got the reach. She's got it. She's got this covered.
Yeah.
But that freeze radius was perfection, and that was a great call there. So when you are planning any bat style attacks where you want to use your freezes, if you see those combinations of scatter shots and wizard towers in close proximity, it is something to keep in mind to plan your pathing where you want to place those bats and take advantage of that. I would say small design flaw. It gives you that opening and opportunity to take advantage of it. So kudos, because we are still keeping those 3 stars rolling through Carbon. It is really close to call and tough to tell who's going to get this win.
Yeah, it's really difficult at this point here because these attacks have just been coming 3 stars every single one here. We're looking at this and it's just all tied up, and it's just going to be incredible to see what the final set of attacks are going to be with the pressure mounting, and it might literally just come down to average attack duration of who is quicker, and I don't know. We'll have to learn. They'll tell us a little bit later if it comes down to that. So at this point, the teams just have to be going with 3 stars, but it really will come to a point where when you're coming down to the final set of attacks, you might have to switch your attack up if you've got a Queen charge type attack planned, and go into a Super Dragon or something that's super quick, super fast. And Kyle is bringing the Super Dragons here.
He is, and this is a smart move because I just heard that we are close on attack time, but Vengeful Noobs has the lead on time by about 11 seconds. So they want to get the sped up, try and make up for this time factor. They've got 2 more attacks to try and make that difference. And the Flame Flinger, starting to shape up what's needed for the pathing. But what's interesting is we're going for the scatter shot position, and we are taking on the damage from the mortar, but gets it down nice and quick. But are we going to come in head on, do that kind of Stadra style approach where we go in for the town hall? Or
Yeah,
will we
with
use the
the
heroes?
he might just. Well, we'll have to see. It depends on if he wants to go into the town hall or if he wants to go into the Eagle Artillery. And obviously, if you go into the Eagle, that leaves the town hall for the end, and that's super risky. But it can be stronger in a way, so you don't have to face the town hall Giga Bomb and Poison right off the bat and have to face the rest of the defenses. And it's looking like he's doing just that. Gonna be ending on the town hall as his heroes are gonna walk all the way around the edge to the bottom side.
And I'm a little bit worried because we've got this expo in range, we've got the multi, there's going to be a lot firing away, and a scatter shot that these heroes have to get past. So Royal Champion is going to have to help come in clutch towards the end of this raid, really push through, power along, and that Flame Flinger actually still going on and working its way down to the surrounding defenses from the Town Hall, so this could help out quite a bit. King's not burned through his ability yet, but just powering it through. That gives the Queen a little bit of reprieve, but it is all about saving that Royal Champ to get these drags through. If they fail, they're making a bypass around. But
wow,
just a couple in, and a freeze and a rage is enough to get the job done, Carbon. Oh, this is looking good. And now, with 2 abilities left over, I'm going to say it. I'm calling it a done deal this time.
You can do that for sure, 100%, with plenty of time. That one Super Dragon that path to the Town Hall. And once he did, that Town Hall went down so quickly. And this was an absolutely obliterated attack here. Kyle taking that base apart, and that is going to be helping them come closer to the average attack duration, speeding everything up. And that's what they have to do now. They just have to attack fast, because it seems like all the attacks are guaranteed to be triples because of how strong they are.
It definitely is, but is 30 seconds left over enough to make up that differential depending on what we see coming in from the other team? That's the problem, because you know we've seen Lalos that come in with a minute left on the clock, and of course we do see some of these drag attacks, if you're not using the Flame Flinger, that do come in as well with a minute left on the clock. It's those style attacks you mentioned before. You have the time and opportunity to use those Flame Flingers because super drags are so fast, but it does mean that you have less attack time left over, which puts them in a tough position. So it's Vengeful Noobs having that advantage. We'll see if there's going to be some time to be able to make up, but 11 seconds, maybe, just maybe. They can see if they can turn it around. I would almost think they're still praying, hoping for a 2-star defense here, but it doesn't seem like anyone wants to bend on it.
No, they're not. They're coming in with 3 stars with every single one of the plans, with it being 12-9, all triples. No one has failed yet. We've seen, not often, it's happened a few times, perfect with percentage, and it's looking like it's going to be that just right here. And we're probably going to see a quick attack, maybe dragons. And it is, yes, dragons. They're having to switch things up. Or, I mean, at this point, when you're in these wars, you're going to have to say, hey, you know, I'm going to come up with my plan. And then if I'm going to be the last attacker, I might have to also plan a quick attack just in case at this point with the current meta. And that blimp does secure the Town Hall with Snaky Goblin. Should be able to go down. Yes, indeed, it does. And pull some traps as well, but those are some ground traps, not going to matter too much for dragons. With that Town Hall going down, his dragons are down, and he's starting the main part of the raid with just about 2.5 minutes left. He's got plenty of time.
I feel like I vaguely remember this base as well from yesterday, or something very similar, but coming in with a different approach of the heroes actually working their way through with the log launcher, leading the opening pass to the Town Hall. That would have given a lot of opportunity. So Juan, definitely switching up the plan if this is indeed the same base that we're going with, but coming in again with the speedy style attack, using the blip, taking down the Town Hall, speeds up the time for them, which they already have in favor, but they've got to get through the core of the base. And we've got a huge split. So Royal Champ coming in to try and help out. Freezes up that multi as the drags are distracted, because we mentioned that they can do a lot of damage when the drags are not in its path. The perfect thing here is the drag riders take down the single.
Yeah, with that Inferno going down the core, can push through the backside of the space. These skeleton spells are providing great distraction and protection for his heroes now, with that Royal Champion jumping into the final compartment of the scatter shot. Dragon to the right with the Dragon Rider, and Warden still up. RC's got her ability, pops it, and he knows it's about speed, so you gotta quickly pick everything up with that Queen ability, and again, another triple. This is going back and forth, and it comes down to the final 2 attacks in this war, and it might just be a perfect, and the attack duration is what's going to be separating them.
It is, and this is Vengeful Noobs coming in with like a minute left on the clock after that 30 seconds remaining. This is what I'm talking about. Those flame flingers are slowing players down. It might be an easy way to go about it. Might be more of a safer way to ensure that you're using those super drags, getting the value you want, but it is not picking up this fast time speed that you need, and Vengeful Noobs knows this. This is what they are banking on, and it looks like if we do come down to a perfect war, there could be no turnaround. So what Cutie Fenn need to do right now, they need to get the 3-star, and they need to hope to hold a final defense here in the end.
They do indeed. It's just, it's amazing to see. Just perfect so far with the final 2 attacks. So really it comes down to 1 versus 1, with one side having a little bit of an advantage on average attack duration. One team is a bit faster. We'll probably maybe find out just in a bit here, but they're just focused on getting the 3 stars. We've just seen a crazy amount of dragon attacks. We've seen Super Witch and the Super Bowler, and it just might be that Super Witch attack that went down to the final second. That could be the difference maker of really causing a slow time in that earlier attack. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm really hoping to see Cutie Fenn pick up that 3-star, try and work on the time factor, find the fastest approach. And a lot of times when you do see players planning this, their final attacks tend to have that focus. Like they try and make sure that if it's going to come down to time, that's used as the 5th attack. So we'll wait and see patiently, or maybe not too patiently, as we have Kelvin coming in and going for, we've got the Queen Charge. Lalu, or Queen Charge Loon, but with the drags coming through, we've got some drag riders to actually bring into the mix. But I'm looking around here for the Hound, so this is going to be one of those straight up cleanup Lalos on the outside of the base, with the heroes doing a lot of work through this.
And he does pull out a CC of the Lava Hound here, and the beautiful thing is he's going to be able to deal with the Lava Hound before getting targeted by that single target Inferno, and that is huge. The whole point of having the Lava Hound in there to provide as a distraction is to stop the Queen from charging into the Town Hall and then getting hit by that single target Inferno. But dealing with that Hound a little bit early on the outside is going to completely change this base. But he can't wait. He's got to get his King down. He's got to get whatever else he needs and start that Lalo, because time is going to be the issue when it comes down to the end. With that Rage onto the Queen, Flame Flanger is still going to the bottom compartment, and that King could essentially run down to the bottom, and he does just that to help set up the pathing into the air defense and then start the Lalo.
Yeah, so the Lalo, I mean, is going to have to get started to speed up, but he needs to pick up enough value. Typically with these, we see those heroes working together. King, we've got the Royal Champ, Warden coming in as well for that deep dive in. And picking up as much value as they possibly can. We've got some good openings, and of course that Royal Champ can cut her way through over the walls and reach through, but the Queen's got access to get to the multi, and here come the Loons for support coming in on that nice narrow line edge straight through the scatter shot. We've got 2 freezes to help this out, and we do have an invisibility now placed here to help that Royal Champ ensure that she can pick up those multis as well.
With that RC ability, he's going to take down the 1 Inferno Tower. The Flame Flanger. Oh, look at all those red air bumps from the Flame Flanger. Hit them all, but he's lost majority of those balloons to the right side. And wait a second, this might not even just be a 3-star. This could just be a fail and then a triple win. We don't have to worry about an average attack duration. Those balloons got absolutely destroyed on the right side, and they are all gone. And it comes down to that final attacker, and Calvin of Cutie Fenn could be the one that might not have enough here. With that queen coming around with only 20 seconds left, the queen is going to walk to the right side probably and go for that barracks. But we got ourselves a defense. I just don't seem to have enough time.
No, definitely not enough time. And that was something that was an issue for them that they had to worry about. So this was maybe not the best approach for them coming through. Now, while the queen could potentially get this done, although I'm not as convinced considering the Expo and Wizard Tower combination was there, the 95% that they have coming in does give a little bit less pressure on the shoulders of Vengeful Noobs, but that means they still need to come in with a 96% 2-star.
Yeah.
So there's like, that's a small margin. It's either 3-star or 96% 2-star and above that they have to worry about. So
it's
still here.
It's better than having to attack at an incredibly fast rate, right? That's where it comes down to. And that's what I love to see. I would rather see that you have to triple to win rather than you have to just triple and be faster. Because I love to see attacks that are planned out to get the value that you need. Have different multi-phases rather than everything in the beginning to then just drop some rages. I mean, that's the meta. That's what it is. You're using attack that's going to get the 3 stars. So we understand it. We get it. But you love to see it. Those really thought about plans. And that's the thing about is that we don't have too much time for them to plan in these wars when it's just a 5-minute prep and a 45-minute war with the first attack coming in within the first like 7 minutes. So we're seeing this final attack come in, and it is going to be that queen charge Lalo. So Van, you get a 3-star, you win, but you don't even need a 3-star. You just need a 96% 2-star, and you're moving on to the finals.
Yeah, so I'm curious if cleanup is going to matter and Van's heart rate is going to be speeding up on this one. Coming in with the hero dive to push its way through, getting into the core of the base. We will set up the path for the Lalo to go through the town hall portion, but we want to pick up as much value from these heroes as we can. And in these log launchers, what we do is we open up the pathing. We can split the course of the heroes, but we want the Yetis to actually come out and help with the surrounding infernos. They come in, but the king took the pass. This rage actually forcing them in to take on the multi, which is exactly what they want to see, and stalls up those super minions in the poisons, which gives the queen a lot more opportunity.
Oh,
yeah,
the
keeps
freeze.
her alive. Ooh.
Yes, it does indeed.
Wow.
Wow, look at that. Now the queen can continue her path over towards that town hall, but he's got the Lalo without a warden assistance, so that is going to be tough. And we still have the enemy Raw champion still standing. So this is going to be an issue here. But remember, he doesn't need the triple. He needs at least a 96% too. With the headhunters coming on the enemy queen, that didn't matter. But he used 2 headhunters, and he could have essentially maybe gotten away with not using any to get that enemy queen down. But here we go with that super wall break, and it doesn't open the wall. So this is going to be a huge problem now. With that town hall going to be really hard to reach.
Queen's there. She's got the opening here. The loons are starting up, shaping up her path to walk her way in. He's got the rage. He's got an invisibility spell. He's got a freeze for the Inferno and the Giga Inferno right side by side. But he's got to get these loons going. I mean, if he wants to pick up the 3-star, get that perfect war, claim the full victory here, he can get it done. Wow. He's worried about the Royal Champ, but he has the Headhunter to help out. One final freeze if he wants to keep the queen alive or can focus on the ability. Loons coming in for the clean out. This is looking pretty good. Carbon just needs to sneak those loons in and get the queen across to the defending RC.
Indeed. Look at all these balloons. It's a cleanup Lalo at this point. The hound pops and he's got the percentage. And Vaughn is getting it done for Vengeful Noobs. And they are walking away with the perfect war and moving on to the finals, which we will have later today. What an attack. He stayed calm and collected and was able to get that queen for the town hall, even though that super wall breaker did not get it, and it worked beautifully.
Oh, nerves of steel coming in from Van. That perfect war,
Yeah.
14 to 15. Basically exactly what we would have expected to see. However, this is reversed because it was Cutie Fenn that came in with the perfect war yesterday against VN Tompanai. And now VN coming in with that perfect war, claiming their advancement on. It does mean that Vengeful Noobs will get to play in the third place match, but we still have yet to find out who they'll play against, since we still have to see Queen Walkers facing off against Indonesia. And that was an interesting one because Queen Walkers had a 12 to 12 star war. They had a very low scoring performance against Mini Brothers, who held them back strong. And there was a 1-star defense and a surprising 2-star from Stars yesterday. So Indonesia, if they were paying attention, could try and find a way to trip them up as they pulled in a 14-star war for themselves. So that is our next match to come up, and I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens in this one.
Yeah, let's look at the bracket now here for these teams and advance them into the next round. And so you see Vengeful Noob moving on to the finals here, and then Cutie Fenn going to the third place match. So we will see them a little bit later after this next match, because the next one with Queen Walker Stephanie taking on Indonesia. And the big thing, like you mentioned, was with Queen Walkers that Stars did get a lower percent 2-star Lalo, but also that Yuta, he came in with an attack to close out the war, and it was a 1-star in Yuta's attack, which was the final attack, which opened the door for Mini Bros. They could have won on a final 3-star, but they did not get it, and Queen Walkers won. And I'm sure he was super nervous when he won, so he couldn't believe it. I was in total shock. We both were. And now they're up again, and I'm sure he's learned from that. He's not going to let that happen here today.
Yeah, they've got to keep focused in this. You know, I can't say that it's nerves for Queen Walkers. These guys are seasoned veterans, but this does show that even the pros, even the best players in the game, do have off days. They do have trip ups, slip ups. It happens to the best of them, and that's okay. It's all about the recovery. They need to be able to get their head back in the game today, shake off what happened, and we'll see if they can do that. But Indonesia was coming in with some creative attacks, and I think that puts Queen Walkers at a disadvantage, like they had yesterday against Mini Brothers, which was an Indian team that we don't get to see much of. And those dark horses where you don't know how to defend against them, or, you know, because you don't know the style of attacks they're coming in with, makes it difficult to plan your defenses. And I think that might be the same situation for Queen Walkers today, where they might not know what kind of bases to hold against them. Because remember, we saw, what was it, the 10 Yeti Super Whiz bat attack that they kicked it off with.
Crazy.
I mean, they were coming with some creative stuff yesterday, and that's what Queen Walkers is going to have to worry about. So they might need to think about it as one of your Creative Masters series and just have fun with it.
Yeah, indeed. I'll have to be keeping note of that. But let's take a look at the rosters for these teams that are playing here today for this second match. There's a total of 4 matches here, and we've got Queen Walker Stephanie taking on Indonesia, and we've got that 5-man roster with Kazuma just joining in recently, being part of the team, and then we've got Gaku, Stars, Klaus, and Yuta 14.
Yeah, so Indonesia is bringing Riki Coco, King Aristo, Kanyan, Al Qadir, and Nicholas Lewis. And Indonesia is a team that we've been seeing. I don't know how many of the viewers out there know of them or have seen them, but the more competitions that we have coming in, the more tournaments, particularly like the bigger tournaments that they have, we've seen Indonesia actually rising through into the upper brackets. And it's no surprise after what we saw from them yesterday. That's 14-star performance does give them a little edge in this, especially their creativity. But it's almost like, how do you vote against Queen Walkers? That's, you know,
right.
What's your opinion on this? Who would you go for in a pick in this situation, seeing what we saw yesterday?
Well, I still would definitely go with Queen Walkers in almost any situation where I've seen them so many times. And that's the thing is, yeah, they may have a bad day, but they're always at the top, right? They're always there. and you keep seeing them over and over and over, and that's for a reason, because of how good they are. But we talk about the attacks all the time. There's also the defending side. So I would say that almost Queen Walkers won with the help of their base builders, especially End, who's a base builder for them, and really have held Mini Brothers to a low stars, which allowed them to win off the 12-12 war. As we saw, the other war was the perfect wars and a 14-star wars as well. So the base building for Queen Walkers is the storyline that's stopping their opponents. And we're going to have to see, did they review yesterday's wars to really get a kind of a good scout to kind of almost expect what their opponents will do? I'm sure they looked over the videos to see what base potentially they should set. Will they be bringing ice golems to stop kind of ground armies, or they think they may bring some super dragons? I mean, this Queen Walker's bases are going to be ready, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, very excited to see the outturn of this. And of course, we love to hear in chat who you're rooting for, who you think the favorite is in this matchup, and who you think the underdog is. But that's such a great point. The 12-12 star war does really showcase the defense for Queen Walkers. So despite the fact that they did have a lower scoring war for themselves, we have to credit Mini Brothers not only for what they were able to hold, what they were able to do, but that they were able to hold back there. But Queen Walkers definitely matched it up, and they seem to have that ability to do it. Even when you see them coming in those lower scoring wars, they find a way somehow to pull it out. It's like magic that they have, and maybe that's a magic of End, of their base builder. The review process could give them an advantage into this one, but with Indonesia, I'm going to say expect the unexpected. I really think that what we saw yesterday is just a start. I think maybe we could see more creativity, some really fun stuff, and that's what we'll have to wait to see. So as we get ready, we do have the first attack coming in, and it is Gaku, often the first attacker for the team. They typically have a general roster rotation that they go through that is what I pretty much call their secret sauce. They know it works for them, and it leads to most of their successes. And the Queen coming in for the charge, and we do have the Drag Riders to support this, but we also have the Zap Quake combination, and we can take out one of the Infernos here. Let's see if we're going in for that single right behind the Town Hall.
Yeah, with that Town Hall having be a little awkward angle here, we have to keep in mind how these healers step in. Will they be getting hit by the Town Hall? Looks like they might just be out of range at this point. Should be safe. And there's a Seeking Your Mind. There's a Rage. And no, they are getting hit. So the freeze is forced to use. And now uses the lightning to help take out that single.
And the two sweepers. So now he's made an easy push for his Drag Riders where they come in from. That was a beautiful position to place it. Great opportunity, and eliminates the single as an issue for the Queen to come through, which means he's got an extra freeze that he can use elsewhere in this push. So Drag Riders coming in from that 12 o'clock side. We've got the Warden working along with the Stone Slammer here, and the King already starting his progress to keep everything in line, taking care of the cleanup on the outside edge of the base.
Yeah, as these Dragon Riders push their way in with that Warden ability going off, taking out the enemy World Champion. Stone Slammer's moving in. That Queen cleared the CC, so he doesn't have to worry about any of that on the backside of this base, with a few Rocket Loons going in towards a Tesla farm. That does pop up, freezing up the enemy Queen. With the Dragon Rider coming around, Queen's ability goes off. Looking pretty good here. A handful of spells still to use on the backside, but he is pulling a lot of Seeking Your Minds and traps over there, and that's gonna be a big problem. With the World Champion still has her ability. He can rage up the Queen, or he can rage up the RC after she pops her ability to try to finish this one off. But the problem is we don't have any more Dragon Riders left, so he's gonna rely on this Queen to have to step in through the rest of this.
Yeah, and the invisibility spell, he rages up the Royal Champ, drops the invisibility combination together, keeps her in both to get through those defenses, allowing the Queen the opportunity to come in for the assist. But is 31 seconds enough to take care of the clear up? I mean, this Queen's going to wrap all the way from 6 to 3, even with the Electro Owl. I don't know, Sneaky Gob's trying to help out, but this is a long haul for this Queen to get all the way to 3 o'clock.
Yeah, too much space remaining in buildings for that Queen to get it. Only 10 seconds left which means that Gaku is going to time fail here. Only the Archer Tower and Tesla left to threatening this queen, but she's full health with the healer still on her and at 94%. So we're seeing a fail to start off this war for Queen Walker Stephanie, and that's going to be the problem. They only got a 12-star war yesterday. So have the Queen Walkers been in a little bit of a slump lately, causing them to not be able to finish off some of these bases and not going in with all the dragon kind of the crazy dragon meta and spam overloading with which we've seen so much. It's just that was not able to get it done. And really, when you come in with lightning spells and a bit of a queen charge, you don't have that many spells left over because of the lightning spells to take out the value of the Inferno Tower. But now all they can hope for is to hold Indonesia's to low stars as well if they can't keep putting triples on the board.
Yeah, and we talked about Queen Walkers potentially trying to study some of what Indonesia was bringing defensively, but equally, yeah. I mean, we've got Queen Walkers who are in the spotlight. So Indonesia has an easy access of trying to figure out, the attack styles. And yeah. I don't want to call Queen Walkers a one-trick pony, but we know that the players have certain styles that they go in with. So that makes it easier to try and defend those players. But Al Qadir coming in, and we've got yet again the Yeti Super Wizard Bat combo. This is a fun one to watch, Carbon. I hope we see this one come in as successfully as we did yesterday.
Yes, let me go ahead and start making a thumbnail now with these massive amount of Super Wizards and Yetis. Because these are attacks that you like to see that is different, right? If this is the meta that like the Super Dragons, and then it becomes everywhere, then you're like, oh no, not this again. But this is something different, something unique, that is something refreshing, right? Yeah, it could be a little bit of a spam, but you want to see different attacks that really change it up and something you're not used to seeing. And that's the case here with that Queen getting the Town Hall and the Yeti Super Wizards all coming into the bottom side. And he's got to find the perfect spot to drop these 6 bats. Yes, 6 of them with 5 freezes.
Yeah, this has got a lot of opportunity to work through that back end. Those freezes definitely needed considering the amount of splash that we do see still remaining here. But the open path of this log launcher is going to lead access to both of those scatter shots. We've got the Yetis, so many Yetis in the front line to take them down, and probably more coming out of that log launcher to help out as well. Royal Champ still in the mix here, launches that Seeking Shield to help up. I mean, these bats are going to have some minimal cleanup work on the 9 o'clock edge of the base, but we do have to worry about that one wizard tower.
Does he need the bats? That's like my passion.
I know.
It's like, right? It's like, do you even need it? Oh my goodness, he's got over a minute left. The bats are coming in. He's got to freeze up this wizard tower. And yes, whew, that was close. The bats coming in, freezes that wizard tower, has another freeze, uses it, but it's gonna be a crushing triple here. No need to worry about a tornado trap down here, as there's nothing in this area to pull that, as the bats clear the defenses, and he's got that swag freeze. Taking down Stars' base, and when you do this to a Queen Walker's base, that is impressive.
I mean, look at what they're displaying. They're displaying the power of the Yetis. Yeah. The Yetis had an upgrade a couple months back, and I think Indonesia was like, hey, why wouldn't we take advantage of this? Nobody's really using it. And I mean, we see it kind of trickled in here and there for some, funneling, or for the inside core of the bases to take on multis and singles when we're powering through. We see them with blimps coming in to shape up and form, but we're not seeing them quite this way. No. And he had like 5 Yetis left over, and he had the Super Wizard still in the bats alive in this. This is going to be probably one of the new meta items, especially as we see drags dropping down with the change. So Indonesia maybe thinking ahead here.
That's what I was going to say, is that the Super Dragons are going to be getting a nerf. So that means, all right, let's go and move over to the Super Wizard Yeti attacks, as we saw that just be a crushing hit there. But remember, the problem with the Super Yetis and the Super Yetis, the Super Wizards and the Yetis, is they can't move over the walls, right? You're going to have to use wall breakers or something, while the Super Dragons just easily fly over walls. And so that is a real big difference there. So And plus, ground troops get hit by more, right, than air, because when you're a ground troop, you get hit by cannons, you get hit by the giant bombs, small bombs, spring traps. Because that's the thing that you have to think about is when you're doing an air attack with dragons and you pop that one ability, it is impossible to lose any troops. There's just no way. You can't. A Seeking Mind hits you, you just absorb damage. But when you pop the ward ability with a ground attack, you can lose the troops due to spring traps. They can get launched. So that's the reason why air attacks are so strong. It's impossible to lose anything with a warden ability in that case. Maybe they should change that. Maybe there's a Seeking Air Mind spring trap that launches troops even through ability or something. But that's the real interesting thing about the air versus ground. And in this case, Stars is bringing in his air attack with a Lalo, which did fall short yesterday. It was in the mid-80s. And I know for sure Stars can turn it around and get a triple.
Yeah, Stars just needs to get his head back in. One small hiccup isn't going to necessarily set him back. We've got the Flame Flinger to kick this one off in a nice, easy position. Hog Rider actually coming in to try and help out, absorb some of the incoming damage, line this up where he wants to see it rotate to. We've got the CC lure as well, though, that we've got to get down fast and take care of. He's got the double poison combination, but it's heading right for the Flame Flinger right there. What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
I guess we've got what we need out of it. Gets some Rocket Loons to sweep their way in and the Drag Rider to go for the single. So he's happy with the shape up of what he has. And actually, he's distracted the Super Minion for now, but unfortunately does not get the single down.
Yeah, with that Flame Flinger going down, he only had the what? No, he actually had 2 poisons, so he could have used it to help protect his Flame Flinger a little bit more. That single target Inferno does not go down, and maybe he was looking to help grab that value, but the Queen stepping in, freezes down, and she needs to grab the Town Hall, but can she do it? Her health is very low, and makes her visible just before forcing an ability, and now she can use it onto the Town Hall.
Ooh, just enough to get what he needs here, but can his Lalo carry him through? King's going to work through, and that single not going to be an issue for the Lalo portion of this, but where are we going to place the Royal Champion is the bigger question to work along. There's no multis to worry about, so this does help out.
Wow.
Can we work that Royal Champion coming along the outskirts? He's dropped now here. We can see her working through, but the Lalo actually pathing fairly nicely into the core of this base. And look at that Royal Champ going for the scatter shot, just trying to keep everything focused down on the bottom side.
The Eagle completely got ignored. And the pathing here for this Lalo is not looking good. Down goes the air defense. And that single target, the single just goes down. And the Royal Champion, she can go and turn around and go for it. What?
She's got it. One shot. She's got it taken down. And we've got 26 seconds left for cleanup here. With the minions and pups trying to take care of the bottom side. There are a lot of storages up left on the base. We've got 4 still. Oh, and the Royal Champ getting distracted by... the air skellies does not help matters in getting this done. She is on the opposite side to the defenses, which actually works out well with the split, but not enough in the end to get this done. And Carbon, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this is a second 2-star and second defense coming in for Indonesia. This is huge for them to start this off, considering they had the 3-star start. We know they had a 14-star war yesterday. Queen Walkers is going to have to turn around and step it up here in their third attack, and definitely hope those defenses they had yesterday come into play very fast.
And it came down to that Flame Flinger, causing him to have to take a lot of time in the very beginning before he dropped the rest of his troops, pulling out a bit of the CC, going over to take it out, which the Flame Flinger, he wanted probably to get even more value. But those witches that came out really kind of maybe paused him up to drop his poison spell. Maybe he wasn't expecting it. But we're seeing another one of these Yeti Super Wizard attacks here. And will the Queen step into the Town Hall? No! He's going to wall break to ensure now that Queen does go for the Town Hall here at this point. And then he's going to be able to help send the Yetis and Super Wizards from the opposite side that we saw across the base.
Yeah, coming straight through, long line push. We've got the wraparound as well. Like, he's spreading this out nice. So he gets the full power coming in. Log Launcher is going to spread the difference to open up the core of the base, get straight through. And those bats going to do some easy work on the cleanup on that backside. We do have, taking a quick look through, really one wizard tower I think that they're going to have to worry about, because those scatter shots here are all sectioned off on one side. So the splash has been an easy pickup, which makes this a viable opportunity for them to come with the strategy that they seem to know so very well.
Yeah, with those Yetis going to be able to help move into the core by that scatter shot. We've got the king going to the top. We've got 6 bats and a poison to use, and a couple spells after that with the multi going down. There's the freeze on the wizard tower. Too bad he didn't have like one giant or ice golem to distract and not have to use that freeze spell, because we got 3 free spells left after that one on the multi there. As these bats are flying around, another freeze coming down. These bats are going to split off in a little bit of a distance here, and there's the freeze. Can save the final one for the wizard tower and the builder huts.
Uh-oh. Ooh, and they get in. The swarm is just enough. Wow. This is stunning. I mean, this is the second time they're coming in, flexing the power.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, tornado trap. And we lose the bats, but we've got 56 seconds left to try and clean it up. But the pups now distract the warden, the electro owl, and we've only got one Yeti, the headhunter, the super wizard, and a couple of barbs that are taking damage. Is this going to be the defense? 95% is what we saw originally from Gaku. So,
the owl saves the day, clears those lava pups, and it is gonna be a triple. And you can for sure bet that the players are taking note of this attack strategy, and you're going to be seeing this in some YouTube videos coming very soon, because this attack is not getting affected at all by the balance changes like Super Dragons are. So people are going to really be dissecting this one and seeing what's making it work and the strength that it could get. And Indonesia is putting it on the map as a viable attack since it's working against the Queen Walkers.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely insane. Twice back-to-back so far, displaying the power of the combination of these Yetis that have been upgraded, of the super wizards, and it's viable. You know, if you're looking over the bases and you're seeing that you can pick up some big splash value early on in a compartmentalized area, that's what you're going to want to go for. I mean, he saved those spells perfectly. You know, he was able to get through. That's not an easy feat, but you need to bring enough to know that you are going to get through it. And they seem to be very well versed. I mean, I don't know if they're going to have to own this smash attack. Like, this is like their style now. This is something that we've not yet seen before. And Indonesia coming in with just absolute power and dominating right now. 2 stars over Queen Walkers, which is something you don't often see. But we have yet to see, was Kazuma on that list? Will we see Kazuma today? Yes, we will. And he brought in the 3-star for Queen Walkers yesterday, so that's what they're hoping to see coming in now. With Alalo, he's got the Queen charge to start this one off, but we've got to get to that Town Hall. 4 super wall breakers to carry through, and we've got the blimp sailing across. Is this to give a little bit more of a pathing to the Queen, or are we coming straight in? Looks a little bit more like we're getting, those Yetis to come straight through the rage. Wow.
Helps grab the Inferno Tower for sure right there. So that goes down. Yetis gets sprung, pulls out some of the CC, Headhunters, Archers, and finally the Super Minion's going to go over. But the Super Minions are not in the poison, so keep in mind, Queen's taking some damage. She's taking some damage, and she should be able to stay up. Air Expo. And forced with that rage. King is down, going to have path him in towards the bottom to try to path that Queen closer to the core.
Yeah, so we finally get that wall break in. Queen's got the opening in the corner compartment here. King's ensuring that she makes her way through. And this is working lovely so far. A little bit time consuming, but you need to make sure before you drop your loons that you get what you need. Pops that King ability to try and get the Queen back. He's got an invisibility spell to get the King back in, try and force the Queen along, and that works out perfectly. She's in there.
But the healers need to go back to the Queen. Only one of them did, and the other one's onto the King, and the other one doesn't know where it wants to go. It's going to the world champion now. Rages his Queen and her healers up. She's going to step into the town hall, so that invisibility that he used earlier helped reroute the queen to get her back over there. Now, headhunters are going to go over and try to... Oh, actually, no, I don't think we have it. We have the royal champ. The town hall goes down. Does take out the enemy queen with the Lalo trying to finish off the backside of this base.
Yeah, it's this queen majorly came in to save the day. Beautiful push to the scatter shot with the loons. It's a nice split here, especially because we've got the splash from the wizard tower. Freezes up the multi-queen, helps to take it on, which is perfect. And these loons are going to be able to finish the job. You see the wall breaker coming in. That's to do a little extra damage to those storages, give it an extra bump so that he can take it down fast, knowing that time is of the essence here. But Sneaky Gob on the backside. Kazuma comes around and saves that one nicely. That was not the easiest queen charge like that I've seen, and he handled it well despite those healers kind of switching off. He knew he had the power with it was like 2-3 remaining healers that still stayed on the queen, even though they were slightly dispersed. But the invisibility spell to force that king was, I mean, chef's kiss. Mwah.
This is where I wish we had the webcam to see them. You know, the reaction of them when something goes wrong, and they're like, you get their initial reaction of the queen not going in and having to then reroute the queen to go in towards the middle on the town hall. And then we saw it to perfection there to help get that triple. And that's what they need. As you see, they're down. We've been seeing the back-to-back with the Super Wizard Yeti Bat Attack triples coming in. And we're really going to have to come up with a name. So Indonesia is going to have to let us know what the name of this is, or unless there was a name with it before. I just have not seen it before. I'm sure the viewers might have if that's the case, but it's been an absolutely crushing attack. And that's the thing that we really love to see is that in the esports competition is that a lot of new attack strategies kind of surface, and then people get to try them out, and then they tend to, hey, you know, I really love this attack. I learned it from the pros of just, they've done things like that. And I remember the one thing that I remember that sticks in my mind, that sticks out, that we learned from the pros was years ago when we saw that royal champion ability and skip it in with a lightning spell to take out the value. We don't really see that anymore, surprisingly, because at Town Hall 14, I remember when I first saw that, and like you use the royal champion to skip and take out an Inferno Tower. Oh man, that was some just crazy and amazing stuff that the pro players come up with and do. And then it became a staple with just doing in a regular war, and you just love to see it. But now Nicholas coming in with the super bowlers, and we've seen before where he used the warden to grab the town hall as well to help speed it up so that the flame flinger doesn't take so much time on it.
Yeah, this is, I mean, we talk about they're coming in with different moves and really thinking about the approaches differently. And it is a huge time saver. It gives more value, as you mentioned, to this Flame Flinger to do more work. It speeds up the attack, and it's something that you naturally do for the funneling anyway. So it's actually providing double duty, similar to how you would use a blim to pull a CC and get the value that you need for pathing or shaping up. This is perfect so far, and the Flame Flinger can work its way into clearing out that entire 12 o'clock quadrant as we work alongside of it, pushing down and around. So this is looking very good for Nicholas so far indeed, especially with the split of some of the bowlers to the outside edge. I mean, you never want them to really stray too far, but this is going to give the Royal Champ more power to work through and give a little extra bump.
Yeah, with a few spells left, a couple freezes and that rage, Queen still up in the core, finally dealing some damage and taking out those lava pops. Flame Flinger is still up, actually. There's the bottom rage. RC's ability has been 4 skips across, takes a few of the buildings out. The Royal Champion's getting hit by the ground expo, so that is going to be a bit of a problem as he continues his path through, with a single target in front of locking out of the Queen, using the Queen ability. Yes, and the Flame Flinger secures the single. And that ground expo to the bottom side is going to be a bit of a problem. Hopefully he can take that down.
Yeah, you know, the king had a nice charge coming across. It looked like he had a lot of power left over. We do have a freeze to hold on, a couple of barbarians, but Flame Flinger, let's see what we've got opening up. Healers are taking a nasty blow with the red air bombs, but still survive to carry the queen through. We've got the Yetis coming in, 32 seconds left, and we can freeze up the Archer Tower and the mortar, but time is really going to be of the essence getting through, and we want to see these Yetis actually taking the lead so they take damage, and we get the Yetimites working fast.
because he didn't use that freeze spell on that bowler and near the warden on the expo, did that cause this time fail? Because this freeze is not going to do anything at this point as the queen can finish this off. Too bad he didn't have hog riders in there. 5 seconds, and look, that expo, will it go down? Yetis and Yeti might see freezes, and no!
Oh!
It's a time fail. Why did he freeze the expo? Because maybe he could have froze it and some of the Yeti mites could have stayed alive and then taken it out. That might have just been a fail on his part for not using the freeze. It could have potentially worked.
That's exactly why you want your Yetis to take the lead. You want them taking the damage so you get the Yetimites to help. A very, well, I can't say a very costly mistake because they do still hold the lead, but this keeps them going perfect against Queen Walkers. They still have a potential of that 2-star lead that they've held on to. Let's see how they're going to carry it across. But Queen Walker Stephanie still need to come in with the 3-star. And we, of course, have Klaus coming in next, the 4th hitter, always in that 4th position. But the big question is Yuta going to be able to be made of nerves of steel? The percent right now is certainly in favor of Indonesia. So we'll also see if the defenses can hold in those last remaining attacks. Maybe Indonesia feels a little shook now. But Klaus coming in, and we've got Lalo, but he is coming in with you know what Itu and I like to call this one, the jelly belly.
Yes, indeed. Yes, you have coined it with the bat spells to help take out the CC, the Inferno, grabbing that valley, but oh, that's unfortunate. The Air Expo does barely stay up from that builder repairing it. And I'm just really curious about the builder repair speed. I think that's going to be a huge difference into the update, and where it's going to make a lot of things, like especially let's say even lighting, right? If you don't lighting properly in the amount of time, it could cause a fail because of the builder repairing, and then the bats repair, or the builder repairing CCs for these skeleton donuts. So it really changes that type of attack strategy. So I'm really gonna see how this attack now is gonna unfold with Klaus, as he's gonna have this golem leading the charge in towards the core. And will this queen be able to make her way all the way towards the town hall? We'll have to see.
And we will have to see. She does have the pathing and opportunity to get here, but she needs to work along. King's actually powering his way through. We've got one more super wall break to try and wrap around, but we've got to clear some of the push here to get it along. It makes its way around the corner, but doesn't hit the centralized wall. And that means the queen's going to have to beat through the wall to get to the town hall now. But she's got no healers to support. So invisibility spell. And with that expo that didn't go down, she is already taking the damage. Is the invisibility spell a freeze? Is all of that going to be enough to take it on with the Royal Champ trying to come in with the assist?
Wait, the invis is down. Pops queen ability. No, she goes to the top side. And that was unfortunate. Didn't even... Oh, that's not good. Queen Walkers. This is going to be a problem. With that wall breaker that was unfortunately timed through that bond tower. Not allow the queen to step in for the town hall. With the Lalo going in, try to path his way to the town hall. He's got the 1 freeze and a couple haste to use with 8 more balloons to try to path his way around.
Yeah, it's about the pathing. He does get the haste to come in for the town hall, pops a warden ability, knowing that he has to save the 2-star at very least. Lots of traps along the way, but is it enough to knock the town hall down? Or will it be another 1-star for Queen Walkers today?
He's got a lot of balloons.
He's hanging on by a thread.
He's going. He's going. One's dead. Balloons. Time anyways. No,
tornado
trap. What? Wow, it goes down. Ah! What?
Close.
It's a time fail. Of all things.
Oh
my goodness. 98%. The balloon's death damage took the town hall down to at least save the 2-star to keep him in it. But wow. Oh my goodness. That wall break that didn't let the queen step into the town hall made all the difference. Klaus, I could just see him. He's got his reaction. He's looking up at the camera. Doing the Klaus. Like, really? Really? That's what he's doing. Oh my goodness, I just want to see what Klaus is reacting with, but what a nice try and recovery. That tornado trap spinning the balloons around to the town hall. Oh man, it's just been a roller coaster here in this match.
Oh my goodness. Indonesia's got to be feeling good right now, though, because they can claim a pretty massive lead now. It was a beautiful recovery. We got to give that to Klaus. That is something only Klaus can do. I can't imagine many people being able to turn that one around the way he did. And it actually being a time fail. That is crazy. But Indonesia with a massive, massive lead. We start this off with a blizzard to come in with the Tribrid, also something that we actually don't get to see a lot of. We've got the dragons, the Inferno drags, the drag riders, and we do have a baby drag to actually help a little bit, probably with some of the funneling up. But easy push and coming in, starting off on the narrow side of this and going to make the connection with those heroes. He's going to forge them along, push them through, path them in to force the Tribrid into the core of the base.
Yeah, continuing this path through with the dragons. Doesn't have to worry about that town hall poison at all, as he's going to move his way straight into the middle, pulling out that clan castle of archers and some headhunters. He's probably going to lure out a lava hound as well with his queen, unless these dragons do take out this clan castle. Then no lava hound will come out. Timing is everything, and yes, that CC goes down, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
No, definitely doesn't have to worry. Easy push coming in. We've got the king still holding on to his ability, which is going to help power through the defending BK and the ground expo as the queen tries to beat her way through the wall and help this out. We even have the dragon overhead, giving a little bit of an assist for it, and this all carries through to the back end. This is looking solid here from Khan, and this is keeping them right there on top. We're talking about 11 stars on the board for themselves, and of course they had that one small hiccup that it was 99%, 99. That held them back from this perfection that they've had otherwise so far.
And look at that, they're gonna be up now by 2 with the final set of attacks in. So that means Indonesia could be walking away with this one in 2-star, and they will win, as it just has not been Queen Walker's weekend. They got us that 12-star performance in yesterday, which looks like that will be the case if they 3-star in their final attack with Yuta. And if he doesn't, that means the war is going to be tied, and then Indonesia still has another attack to do. So putting up 12 stars is really putting your team at a deficit to have a chance at winning wars. And this one is just all Indonesia so far.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, this is praying for some sort of 1-star, like a big 1-star defense for Queen Walkers, which is a big ask considering what we have seen from Indonesia. This is a team on the rise, building their confidence, and this is only going to boost them even more. I mean, we are seeing teams coming out of, I don't want to say nowhere, but coming out of the shadows, and definitely coming in with big surprises. And this is what it's all about, is building up this hype. But remember, even though this qualifier is single elimination, there is still more opportunity. There's 2 more qualifiers plus the last chance qualifiers, all to get into the playoffs for the opportunity for that golden ticket. So this isn't the end of the road for any of these teams. The one nice thing is that they all earn money as they play through these qualifiers, and then as they play through the playoffs as well. So there's a lot of opportunity for them to earn some cash and prizes. But I think the best thing for Indonesia is that they are showing they're a force to be reckoned with. This is a name you're going to remember, and another team you're going to want to keep an eye on. If you see them in the tournaments, if you see them in any of the leagues, just make sure you're watching them. And I think we're going to see a lot more videos about what they're doing with their Yetis. So Yuta finishing this one off for the day for the team, wanting to finish off strong with a 12-star finish, 3-star, especially after the unfortunate 1-star he had yesterday. Let's see what he can do with the Queen Charge Drag Rider attack. But it's not just a Queen Charge Drag Rider. We've got the Drag Riders to support the Lalo as well, and the Log Launcher, which is going to help power some of the heroes through the space.
Yeah, and as Yuta sets this attack up with that queen charge, did want to mention that we do have 2 more wars today after this one. We'll have the first place match of which is the winner of this match taking on the Vengeful Noobs who went perfect in the previous one against Cutie Fenn. And then we'll also have the third place match, which is whoever loses this match is going to take on Cutie Fenn. And that will be the war that is the very next one after this. You don't want to miss those. Those will be coming just in a little bit here today. But this one is starting out to have this queen charge in towards the scatter shot into the world champion and help push away all the way towards the town hall and hanging on to that log launcher. Maybe going to be hitting it with the queen, and yes, indeed. So that log launcher can open up towards the queen, gives an incredible access for his queen.
Yeah, a slight delay here going to help that out with the time factor and opening up exactly the walls that he needs. It's really only 2 layers to get that queen through. So this has the power to do it. Plus, what will we see coming out of this? I mean, we see a combination from time to time of ice golems and even healers coming out. Yeti could help with the single targeting Inferno, but we always worry about the potential traps, which is why if we see a healer come out, it would be the option. But more worried about the surrounding defenses, brings in the ice golems, and is this queen actually going to stay on course with the open path to the multi? She's slowing down a bit, and it looks like she wants to walk. Baby Drag's going to help out though.
The single. Oh, Baby Dragon, come on, Baby Dragon. Oh, but the Dragon Rider should be able to help clutch it up and take it down, protect these healers, freeze us down on the single. With 15 seconds left, Dragon Rider was saved to the bottom side to go for the cannon and then eventually move its way in towards the air defense, but he misses the builder hut repairing or damaging his Dragon Rider at this point. There's the invisibility. Air defense is going to go down. Queen's got her ability to secure that, and Yuta is indeed going to be getting the 3-star here to put him at a 12-star war. But Indonesia, all they got to get is a 2-star, and they win this one. So you got to imagine, no matter what, they're going to come in to secure the 2-star to defeat the Queen Walkers. But still, a great end here for Yuta. And if they hold a 1-star defense, they have a chance, but that is super unlikely with the Indonesia knowing what they need to get. So if Indonesia wins, they'll go to the final match, which will be later, and then the third place match is going to be right after this war, so you don't want to miss it. They'll have to spin it. There'll be a little bit of a break because they got to do the 5-minute prep and about a few minutes of planning, and then we'll jump into that war. But still, coming down to this final attack, 2-star wins it. But still, what is Indonesia going to bring?
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting part of it. We know that they've had Queen Walker's numbers. They had a 14-star war yesterday, so it's kind of feasible that we would see a 14-star war finish. But so much less pressure on their shoulders knowing that a 2-star is needed for this one. But, you know, I'm interested for this third place match because we are going to get to see Cutie Fenn against Queen Walkers. And is that exactly who we saw yesterday? It was Queen Walkers who faced off. What was that starting war? With them. No, I think Cutie Fenn took down Tom and I. So that for them could spell some doom for Queen Walkers if they're not ready and set to go. So we've got Ricky Coco with the final attack for Indonesia. I do see 3 clone spells, which I think is very similar to how he went about this. The last time coming in, we saw the I think we saw the super minions the last time cloned up, but he doesn't have the invisibility spell for it. So we're just going to see a slew of loons popping around. Will he get the value needed in order to clear out the surround of defenses? Yes. Yes, he will.
Well, that's one way to ensure the town hall goes down. I mean, you drop 3 clones in a range. I'm pretty sure the town hall is going to go down. And the Super Dragons will get the 2-star. There we go. 2 stars confirmed, and they win this war. I mean, if the channel did not go down from that, I would have been in complete shock. I don't know how, but that is definitely the easiest way to take it down right there to ensure. But it's still an attack that can work, right? Because of the value that he's going to move in with the Raw Champion. He got some value, or quite a bit of an Inferno, the Town Hall, and the other defenses around, where his Raw Champion can hit her ability and then skip into the Inferno and get some value with that king still going around. He just goes down, but he still has his queen ability. And that poor unicorn getting hit by the scatter shot right here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with the with the super drags that went through some of the poison bombs surrounded to the outside of the base rather than going into the core, because that's ultimately what's holding this off. The queen could have had enough opportunity with that royal champ, had the scatter shot been down, to actually get through the back end of this base with those two together. But with the scatter shot, just a little bit too much. But it was that 2-star that they needed. So they finish off 13 stars. Kudos to Queen Walkers. I mean, they were able to hold back Indonesia, who's had a strong start yesterday, who's come in with incredible wars. And this does mean that Indonesia will move on to face off against Vengeful Noobs, who had a stunning performance as well today. But it's that third place match that we do have coming up next, with Queen Walkers facing off against Cutie Fenn, but it will be after this break.
Yeah, well, we probably take a look at the bracket maybe to push these teams and kind of remind the viewers of where we are standing here to see the teams that are in the finals, the third place match, and we'll be able to bring it up to show you. But the score there is 13-12, right?
Wow.
And it's just back-to-back wars for Queen Walkers of coming in with 12 stars. And that is an issue. Like, I think that Queen Walkers are maybe not going to be favored now in this next match, in the third place match, because of putting up 12 stars back-to-back wars, and then Cutie Fenn putting up a perfect war, and then coming in with a 14-star war. So if you don't put up 14 stars now in this next one, you're definitely going to be losing at what we've been seeing in the pace. So I'm probably going to bring up the bracket, show you where these teams stand, and then we will be coming back just a bit after a break. But this is the bracket here right now, where Vengeful Noobs is now in the finals against Indonesia. And Vengeful Noobs with that perfect war they did against Cutie Fenn. So Indonesia is going to be in for a match there, but Indonesia did put up 2 14-star wars so far, and then Cutie Fenn taking on the Queen Walker Stephanie in the third place match. That is going to be the very next war, but we will be back after this break here to bring you that third place match between Queen Walker Stephanie and Cutie Fenn.
So we're seeing this final attack come in, and it is going to be that Queen Charge Lalo. So Van, you get a 3-star, you win, but you don't even need the 3-star. You just need a 96% 2-star, and you're moving on to the finals.
Yeah, so I'm curious if cleanup is going to matter and Van's heart rate is going to be speeding up on this one. Coming in with the...
Welcome back to the Clash Masters presented by Rush.gg. I'm Cutie Fenn, joined here with Lady B for the finale, the last two wars of the first qualifiers. We'll be crowning the champion, first place, getting the most points out of 3 weeks of the competition. But Lady B, are you ready for these final two matches here today?
I am so ready for these final two matches. We've seen one heck of a showing, not just today, but yesterday. Although I think today's been a lot more intense, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these teams are bringing. You know, this third place match that we have coming up is going to be incredible. Very, very surprising to see Queen Walkers in it. I think everybody might be a little bit shocked, but we're going to see if they can take on Cutie Fenn and take them down. Cutie Fenn had such a great showing yesterday against Vientiane with a perfect war against them, but they had a 14-star showing today. So they still, when you think about it theoretically, have an advantage coming in over Queen Walkers. And this makes it very, very interesting of a match to go into from what we've seen.
Absolutely. Let's go and bring up the bracket for the viewers so they can see if anyone is just joining here and what they may have missed. And you have missed some epic stuff throughout this qualifiers yesterday and today. So be sure to go watch the video yesterday to get caught up on what's all going down, because these are the final four teams remaining. And we have Cutie Fenn versus Queen Walker Stephanie coming up, the next war. So let's bring up the rosters and show off the players participating in the matches. But you can see Cutie Fenn and Queen Walker Stephanie, with Cutie Fenn coming in with Calvin, Yang, Kyle, Wee, and Judo. And then your typical five here with that new addition over on Queen Walkers.
Yeah, the new addition is Kazuma in place of Stadra for now. We do have Gaku, of course, Stars, Klaus, and Yuta on the team. What I will say is Kazuma has been a beautiful addition to the team. We've seen some beautiful attacks coming in from him, but that insane recovery today was spectacular, and that shows the level of play he has. But we are off to start. Zero in with the Zapquake super quick for his Super Witch attack. And this is going to speed up a style of attack that tends to be a lot slower moving than the majority of the smash style attacks, and does help out with the warden pathing here to keep this on point. We can see we've got an easy access leading across towards that town hall. Just have to keep our focus on the scatter shot over towards the 130 side of the base, but that's a position where the Royal Champ can cut in and help take it from the opposite flank angle and take it down.
Yeah, with the Super Witch just slipping in towards the Eagle now, it's going to take some time because there's the Lava Hound. Unless they go for the Hound first with the Eagle. No, they are wrong-handed Eagle, so that's going to help take it down so he doesn't have to take some fire. And the multi is now going to be hitting his troops, so hopefully these healers can keep them build up.
Yeah, healers definitely need to keep this going strong, and we are going to try and be patient as we can be with that warden ability as we make the pass, because we've got two multis in the core of the base. Worry about the traps along the way. So we have the Loons taking the lead. Typically want to try and clip them in that warden ability and keep those healers safe. They're already taking on heat, so he's got to think about popping this fast. Loons coming out with the Ice Golem to actually freeze this up, but the healers are still continuing to take some damage. This is moving in, and he still has to jump to connect the town hall, but still waiting on that warden ability for the potential of traps. And there we go, right into the core of the base, keeps everything alive. King from the opposite side, Royal Champ coming in exactly where we expected to see her from to take down that 130 scatter shot.
Yeah, that Queen and Super Witches are continuing their push in towards the town hall, with the Royal Champion coming off to the right side. And there's the jump, giving him access to the town hall with the Queen ability, and just going off with the Tornado Trap is going to be spinning them around.
Yeah, and that spin can be very damaging, considering it can often force troops inside. Super Witches are going across, but a few actually surrounding the outside edge. It's the healers that you worry about going through the poison bomb, because you lose them out, but there's not a lot of remaining defenses, just this Archer Tower and Wizard Tower that we have to worry about, and it's all about cleanup. 34 seconds left, and one sword's just about to go down. The rest are mines and elixir pumps. So this is a done deal for Zuo, kicking it off against Queen Walker Stephanie with the 3-star start. trying to put the pressure on them, and especially coming out after that victory yesterday to make their way here against Van Tompenai with a perfect war. I think Queen Walker Stephanie really need to stay focused this time. They know they had their slip up in the last matchup, but let's see if they've learned. We talked about the lessons, you know, how hard it is to defend against a team like Indonesia. Can they find the way, the right recipe to defend against Cutie Fenn?
Yeah, and the thing is, 12 stars has been what's hitting Queen Walkers. It's really been their kryptonite, essentially. It's all been 12 stars yesterday, 12 stars today, and Cutie Fenn, they put up a perfect war, 14 stars, and there is no way 12 stars is going to be enough to win this one. So Queen Walkers are going to really have to step up their game, put up a 14 to even perfect war to keep pace with Cutie Fenn in this one. From what we've been seeing, they've really been making a name for themselves, and especially in this meta, you just don't know who's going to be taking the war. Some teams that I just have not seen before can step it up and make a name for themselves, which is the amazing thing with esports within Clash of Clans. You love to see all these teams and new players come into the scene. It really shows that diversity of all the attackers around the world and just the crazy attacks that they can come up with on the fly with a little bit of planning. Granted that they know exactly what they've been doing it for so long and really perfected these attack strategies. But Queen Walkers, we're going to have to lead it off, and we've got Klaus. Okay, Klaus is the first attacker. Usually he's way later in the war, so are they switching it up because things have not been going pretty well for them? So they're saying, hey, let's switch it up and maybe be able to change the outcome now.
Yeah, and we know Klaus came in with that 98% 2-star, which was an insane recovery. I mean, like, super impressive considering what happened, and landed it in a time fail. Almost was able to bring it to the 13 stars, which would have been interesting because the percentage actually was mighty close in the end. So let's see if this lineup change is going to help them work through as Klaus comes in with a queen charge. He's going to take advantage of these open paths, work her along, but we not only have these 2 super wall breakers, we have a jump to bring in some connection here. And the Lalo is going to have to push, but where are we going to send in this king to start the pathing and start pushing the queen along, I think is the biggest question. Wall breaks opening up here, and this could give the king the opportunity to force that queen a little bit deeper into the center of the base to get to the multi-targeting Inferno and jump her to the town hall.
Yeah, with that rage and wall breaks opening, he can wall break again and does just that. Opens his wall so the queen can step in for the multi-target Inferno. We have a jump spell to even get more access to the single and the town hall.
Yeah, this is a beautiful position for the queen because of what value she can pick up inside here. And because the king wasn't needed because of the exceptional funneling that he used with the various troops, including the sneaky goblin, king can work from the opposite side, but he is using not just the king and the royal champ, he's got the warden working along to actually make a big push on the open compartment that he has here. Queen taking some time to actually work her way in, but does finally manage to get there. We do have a freeze to hold off the single, but uses the invisibility spell in the meantime. And look at the access she has because this jump connects her outside of this compartment so she can take on the scatter shot. These loons are going to come in for some support with the surrounding defenses, allowing the queen opportunity to pick up just a little bit more.
And these balloons coming around with the Royal Champion help finish off the Inferno. Freeze on the scatter. He's got 4 balloons for cleanup and some minions and an extra freeze at that. And GG to Klaus coming in with a beautiful queen charge. And absolutely gorgeous the value that he got with that blimp to allow that queen to just charge and casually walk her way to the town hall.
And just drops casually a little bit of a swag there as well. But look how many loons are left over. We saw a lot of loons left in that remaining attack. It's really unfortunate with the traps in the previous war, but not this time around. Kept this under control, and maybe the switch up in the lineup is going to be something to try and boost them, get them back and motivated. A great lead here for them. I know Gaku struggled a little bit with the 95% 2-star that he brought in the first attack So we'll wait and see. But yesterday's match that we saw as well, we do have to bring up the fact that we had a 1-star from Yuta. He's got to get that head back in the game. Stars was able to today, and that was good to see because he also came in with a 2-star yesterday, came back strong with a triple. So I think they are shaking things up to try and motivate themselves and maybe just,
Actually, Stars came in with a fail. Yuta's the one that tripled in the end. So Stars is the one that didn't triple in either one of them. So that's where viewers were even commenting in the chat of saying, wait, I don't ever remember Stars failing back-to-back times. So that's something that we have to keep. Whoa, wait a second. Before I even talk more about Stars focusing, this tech with Dark Fairies, 35 hogs. Wait, I just have to double check. Does Dark Fairy's name mean Cynthia? I'm trying to think. Does it mean Cynthia? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not, right? I would think that's not him. But he's coming in with the Skelly Donut Hogs. Oh my goodness. This man has been watching what he's done in the incredible attacks. There's the Earthquake. Down goes the CC and the Inferno with this Flame Flinger going to have clear this bottom side. He's got 2 heals and 2 freezes to use with 35 Hog Riders. Let's see.
So, I mean, he's also going to have to be careful with some of the changes that we're going to see coming as well, since Synthé apparently may be nerfed coming up soon. But let's see what he can do in the meantime while he's able to get the value out of it. Beautiful value to start off with. King taking on the Town Hall position here is actually going to give the Queen a little bit more opportunity to work her way around. Freezes up the single targeting Inferno. King forcing that ability to ensure that it goes through. And the Queen has a nice line drive coming in to pick up the scatter shot if she remains in the narrow compartment. She's going to work alongside these hogs that are already down. We can spread them out just a little bit wider than we would see with a hybrid who needs to stay more focused, since the hogs only target those defenses.
And also a brilliant thing was that his heroes took out both bomb towers that were by the Town Hall, which means that these hogs will not encounter the bomb towers and really help to eliminate potential splash damage against them. But the beautiful warning ability through the giant bombs, the traps early, have allowed these hogs to try to help stay alive to the backside. And Yeti's coming out of that flame flanker, moves to the bottom with the Royal Champion and more hogs, and this is going to get it. RC's ability and Dark Fairy's Cutie Fenn comes in with the Skelly Donut Mass Hog Riders. And this was a beautiful attack getting it done. There's the swag, there's the RC ability, and easily getting this one done. Wow.
This is very impressive. And, it looks like they're showing that there is absolutely no fear. They are not afraid of what Queen Walker Stephanie are bringing. They know that they dominated over Vian Tampanai yesterday. They know they have what it takes to try and take down some of the top teams coming into it. And Dark Fairy is definitely showing versatility, because that is not the style attack that we saw yesterday coming in. So definitely a fun one. And this is going to keep Queen Walkers on their toes, because if they were looking and saying, this is how we need to try and defend, they don't know. You have to expect the unexpected, and that's not the easiest thing to do when it comes to Clash bases.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is when you're looking at the bases, especially from the Queen Walker side, they've just got to be just scramble their heads of like, what is going on? All our bases are just getting absolutely, they're either getting tripled, but yesterday it was only 12-12, so luckily they were able to survive that one. But the last one, it was a 14-star war that they gave up. The problem has been on the offensive side. They have to keep up with Cutie Fenn in this current meta of the high stars, 14 perfect wars. That's what they've been doing at this stage of the esports competition. You play all the wars to get to this point. And yes, they do make some money, right? There is the prize pool that they get. They will get points, so they'll be at least 4th place no matter what. So that was enough to be into the playoffs. But this is only week 1 of the qualifiers. There's three weeks, so 2 more after this, and you guys at home can sign up and you guys for that next one. So definitely go check it out, and make sure you guys are following the Clash Masters over on Twitter so you don't miss out any of the information about future signups and everything that's going on. Is you have a chance to be competing against these teams. If you think you could take them on, Agato Big King can 3-star this space with the Queen Charge Lalo and pull some skeletons and test them by that scatter shot. We have Still have to wait, and nope. To say, finally dropped the healers onto that queen.
Yeah, and we do have 3 hogs looking to pick up the CC troops in a position where the queen won't be taking on too much damage here. Flame Flinger, though, just right there underneath the troop bar, you can see working its way towards a scatter shot, staying out of range. We have those Teslas that have cropped up, so we know where they are, but actually dropping in a hog to actually help this out just a little bit. But here we go, coming in to get the CC lure that we want, where the queen is unobstructed by some defenses, including having to deal with the Town Hall or that single targeting Inferno. The Flame Flinger doing excellent work and will carry on its way, ideally back up towards that scatter shot position as the queen makes her pass into the Town Hall.
Yeah, with that queen now taking out the Lava Hound, going to take some time dealing with these Lava Pups. And there's the Flame Flinger helping clear towards the scatter shot, eventually going to make its way over there.
Makes its way in as the queen takes on the Town Hall here. We do have the single that we want to work our way through. And you know, when we're investing this troop space with the healers, we want to ensure that we get as much value out of the queen as possible. So we're waiting to see that these healers don't go into the poison bomb. Queen's gonna get sucked in, but we might need to just drop a rage to ensure she's okay. Drop the freeze for the single targeting Inferno. That Coco Loon picking up traps, soaking it up perfectly, which does help out quite a bit. And we've got the king ensuring that the queen will push her way towards the center of the base, where we can try and pick up that multi-targeting Inferno. But it's taking quite a bit of time, and the loons might actually make the pass there first. So let's see the position of the Royal Champion, because she can take an inline edge and try and help out with it.
Yeah, with the balloons coming in off to the right, he does open up to the core of this base. And the Royal Champion and the healers are transferring to her, but the warded ability does go off, protect these balloons, going in towards the Eagle Artillery into the multi. Still has the RC ability, the Queen ability, the Rage is on the backside, and this is looking good for Gaku.
It is. This switch up has definitely helped out quite a bit, I think. The confidence boost is here. They want to try and pick up that 14-15 star war that we know they can pull in. 20 seconds left. Queen has her ability. Tons of loons left over. We've got the Drag Riders, minions, and that extra hog coming in to take care of business and get the job done. Gaku is back on fire. He's helping out the team. They've got that 3-star start that they needed originally from Klaus, and now the follow-up. So tying this up 6-6 is perfect.
Yep.
This is where Queen Walkers want to be. This is a confidence boost that they need, and I think honestly Kazuma would be a great follow-up position for this, because we do know his strength.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Kazuma, can he step up? Because we're seeing Klaus come with the triple, Gaku coming in with the triple, and now in this war, it's just 3 stars after another. Cutie Fenn is going to be looking to answer as well. They came in with a mass Hog Rider attack. Will they be coming with a dragon or something else in terms of just trying to overload these bases? Or are they going to try to dissect it? Because that very first war today, which was crazy, came down to the very last attack, but it was really the question of time. The whole war, we were thinking that time, if you don't triple fast enough, you're gonna lose, which is absolutely insane. But this one here, with we of Cutie Fenn coming in with the super bowlers, time can be an issue. It's not the fastest, but it really depends on when you deploy those super bowlers.
Yeah, the Warden is the biggest determining factor in this one. How long you let him go. Typically with the smash style attacks, we want to get it going within the 2-minute mark, just to ensure that you have enough time. But you still need to make sure that you ensure the clearance that you need to push your way along. And he's still going to have to set up a funnel from the 3 o'clock side of the base to carry his way down and around if he wants to work his way in from about the 4:30 side, which would be pretty typical considering we often come in from that opposite side of the town hall, leaving that to the very end. Here we go. Siege Barracks is lined up with it, with those Yetis we've talked about, are great use of funneling as well.
Yeah, with those Super Bowlers now coming down, the Warden, the Queen, the Rage, balloons, everything going in, trying to have these balloons pull, seeking air mines to protect these healers, and really investing with all these Rages. They're going to pop that Warden ability, protect through the core. Look at these balloons pulling sinking earbuds through the ward ability so they can continue to even try to pull more.
Yep, this is exactly what you want to do. Ensure that the healers are safe as well coming into it. Those multis you do have to worry about. We've got the hogs coming through. A little reinforcement from the siege barracks to take on one. The other going down from the opposite side. So the healers do survive. Town Hall goes down nice and fast. And that Royal Champ and Queen still have their abilities intact with limited defensive damage to worry about. 1:09 on the clock, Carbon, and we is in a good position. And I don't mean we, you and me. I mean Cutie Fenn, we.
Yes. Beautiful job right there with that Queen ability still intact and that invisibility. What an attack, and it's just 3 stars after 3 stars, and that's what Queen Walkers knew what they had to do, and they've been answering. There's the invisibility, and you can't make that last building invisible because time is gonna be an issue no matter what, especially when it's been all 3 stars so far.
It has been, but we keep seeing these small hiccups coming in from Queen Walkers, and it's almost like you're sitting on the edge of your seat waiting. Is it going to happen? Who's it going to be? We know that Stars has had the issues. Kazuma's been hanging on by a thread, and we still know that Yuta had that 1 star as well. So, you know, who's going to be up next? Who's got the pressure on their line? Often in cases, we've talked about how the 4th position, the 4th hitter, tends to be the lower one. I can't remember what Chase the Ace's recent stats were because I think it might have switched up slightly in the planning phase. But in any event, the way that players go in can often be determined by their comfort zone, what kind of attack that they're planning. And often that 4th spot we see tends to be a plan that they're not quite so sure about in the planning phase. So is it going to be Kazuma or is it going to be Stars that comes in? I feel like the 3rd place, it would be great for Kazuma to have the follow-up on the 3 star, but maybe it'd be more of a comfort zone for Stars to try and bring in the triple.
Yeah, Stars has really been struggling as of the last 2 wars with 2 back-to-back fails from Stars. So that is something that everyone's like, wait a second, they're taking back. They're like, I don't think I've ever seen Stars fail twice. Because just seeing a fail from Stars is still a shock in of itself because such an amazing player. But yeah, it's just not been going his way this weekend here in the Clash Masters. But as long as he gets a triple here, keeps them in it to keep pace with Cutie Fenn. As you're saying, no one has failed yet so far in this war. This is the 3rd place match. So the winner of this will get 3rd place here. And then after this one, we're going straight into the final. So you don't want to go anywhere. And it is indeed a Kazuma coming in with the Super Dragons this time.
Okay, so Kazuma switching it up. Maybe thinking about, well, I would say maybe thinking about time, but we do know that the Flame Flinger process with Super Drags actually tends to slow it down because you can be patient with it and you often need to. But Zapquake also helping out here for some of the surrounding defenses, including that air sweeper, which is going to help with the position of which he comes in from. But this Flame Flinger slowly moving along to take down the Eagle before he lines up the path, and it looks like we might be going head in for that Town Hall, though we can use the heroes to do it. There are many different ways that we've seen this process work through.
Yeah, with that Flame Flinger grabbing that valley with the Super Dragons now coming down to path their way in towards the double multi-target Infernos with the Town Hall on the opposite side. A very early Warden ability and a Rage coming down to help push these Super Dragons all the way through the middle.
Yeah, and this king actually used Queen Delayed to ensure that she has some push. Oh, she's already in the back. She's landlocked here, which actually isn't ideal considering this is a push to leave the heroes to take on the Town Hall. We talk about this being a risky approach, so the Dragons need to carry their way through, but from the position he's come in from, he was going for the diagonal side to work on getting down to that scatter shot. Queen landlock here does hurt him. I think a delay of the Queen would have been a much better position, trying to open up some walls to give her passes, but it's not going to really help because she's beating her way. Actually, it does. He's got that corner open to the Town Hall, but the Dragons are going to try and get there first. He needs a rage down, which he does not have, but he does have an invisibility spell to try and hold this with a Warden helping out. Invisibility could help since the Royal Champ is right there on the scatter shot and no skellies there to worry about.
Yeah, with those power of the Super Dragon securing the Town Hall. And now the Royal Champion and her ability, this looking good. Queen's ability goes off. Can she survive the Town Hall? No, the Town Hall poison helps take her down. But it is indeed going to be a triple for Kazuma. Getting this without even swagging 2 poisons.
Yeah. I mean, this was looking like it could go belly up, but Kazuma manages to turn it around. And I think this was the right call because they needed the confidence coming into this to stay tied up with the 9 stars from Cutie Fenn. Queen Walker Stephanie now coming in a position that we've yet to see them. They're staying head to head, toe to toe, and working through. We have perfection so far. So the pressure still relies on Stars and Yuta, who have had a couple of hiccups along the way. Yuta's used to the pressure, but I think this is new to Stars, having those 2 fails. So we have to see what his recovery process is like. And maybe this is why they've decided to switch it up, to give Stars a little bit more time to just remain calm, focus through his attacks, which I do think is a very smart move.
Yeah, and that gives him a little bit more time, like you mentioned, to plan the hits, focus up, and that's what it seems like he needs because of the 2 back-to-back fails for his previous 2 wars going into this one. But Cutie Fenn is not letting up. Neither one of these teams are. It's been perfect so far. And what a war we have on our hands. We love to see it. And when it comes down to those final set of attacks, the pressure is mounting. So who's going to be the first one to make that one small mistake? It just takes one troop, one tile to mess it up and not get that triple. And Calvin is coming in with that Queen to charge Lalo, but it's not too much of a Lalo. It's the small Lalo of only 12 balloons, and well, I guess it's not really a Queen charge Lalo when you got Dragon Riders, and there's no Lava Hound, so I guess it can't really be a Lalo without a Hound.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit more of this, and again, this is kind of providing the relying on the power of the heroes to do a lot of work, and the Flame Flinger, of course, opening up. We've got the Queen leading the path, 3 super wall breakers, but the King, he can bring this in with a Warden, with a Royal Champ, pick up a lot of value, and try and clear the outside edge, or we can use the Warden to work with those Loons and the Drag Riders, where there's really nothing much obstructing them from that long line side. But we've got the King coming in, Skellies to distract, trying to help give him a little more power coming into this without having to expend too much troop space. And it is the Warden indeed that comes along. I like the use of the Drag Rider because look, we're trying to keep the Queen alive, keep the focus off of those healers most importantly as well. So works in to take it down nice and fast, and that's going to give the Loon some cleanup time.
Those single target Infernos roasted the Queen. Her ability was not able to help take that Town Hall down, so that's going to be an issue. His Royal Champion's already been used. Royal Champion is not going to be able to go into the Town Hall, but the Flame Flinger is trying to secure that as the Balloons and Dragon Riders go on the top side, but he wanted his Queen to probably continue to stay up and get way more value.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what we talk about. When you're expending all that spells, that troop space with your healers, you expect a certain amount of value coming out of it. So this could be the big slip up that Queen Walker Stephanie was hoping for to try and find a confidence boost back in to take 3rd place.
Wow.
But let's see where we land with the recovery process on here. There's still 4 more Loons left to come in, drop out. We have 2 super wall breakers that can just do a little bit of extra damage. We've got the Rocket Loons coming out of that Flame Flinger to help out, but nothing else in the core of the base to really finish this off. So it's all about percent, and percent is indeed going to be low, which puts in a good position for Queen Walker Stephanie. They had been hoping for some defenses to ride through, and now is their chance if they can come up with either a 3-star or a reasonable high 2 percentage, but I think the 3-star is ideal to ensure that they get that 1-star lead and hope that they can continue on with the final attack as well.
Yeah, and look at that. We talk about the one mistake, and that one mistake in this attack was the late invisibility spell onto his queen, forcing her ability. If he was just a little bit earlier, queen would have kept the ability, would have been able to get through the town hall and stay up and get more value. And that's what we talk about. When you make that one small error, it can have a cascading effect through the whole attack and cause the fail, which is now putting them down, and Queen Walkers with the triple will take the lead. And that's what they are looking for. The one small little opening in the door to have the opportunity to take the advantage. And Queen Walkers with the next attacker, which I'm assuming is going to be Stars. Surely he could do that unless something is in his mindset that it causes him to fail a third time in a row. But for Stars to fail 3 times in a row, that would be unheard of.
It would be unheard of, but actually what I'm interested to see is if Yuta will give Stars the 5th opportunity and try and secure this 3-star, which would take some of the pressure off potentially. I mean, pressure is off right now, knowing that they have such a low, that they have a pretty good defensive lead in this one. But I think, I mean, we've almost never seen Yuta hit, not in the 5th position. So Stars and Klaus switching it up. We've got a little bit of a swap here, and you know that was the call that you were expecting to see. Now we do have the Lalo coming in, but we've got 2 bat spells in here. We've got the invisibility spells. We've got
your
the
jelly or belly.
Yeah,
it's belly, jelly,
jelly, belly, skelly. We
jelly
we
belly.
got some
That's it.
coming in here.
I don't even know the name. Well, you guys coined it. Well, let's see.
I think Itsu was thinking about jelly donut. I think Itsu was just thinking about jelly donuts.
Might have been. Might have been.
Oh, here we go, coming in. Oh, going for that CC, going for the multi.
And it's both Infernos. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What? And he gets it. The other Inferno. CC goes down. And another Inferno goes down. What a value from Stars. Now this is gonna put him in a great feeling to know, because I know when I do an attack like this, if I use the Skellies and Invis to take out a clan castle, the moment I know that I got the Inferno and the clan castle down, it's such a huge relief. You're like, oh, okay, now that I got this down, I can continue with the rest of the attack and don't have to worry about a clan castle. And then you know it looks really good, unless your heroes don't grab the town hall, which it looks like the queen is going to path her way in.
Yep, she is indeed. And this is the confidence. This is the confidence that Stars needed. This should be an easy finish for him, considering the value he's getting out of the Flame Flinger. Queen securing the town hall. We've got the core of the base taken down. We do have to worry about these scatter shots, getting those working through, but we've got the course and path coming into this for the Royal Champ to jump across. We've got the Rocket Loons taken on, coming in with the Drag Rider, but a lot of traps along the way as well.
Yeah, with now a bit of the Lalo coming in towards the Eagle side. Royal Champion's going to lock onto the Eagle. The Dragon Rider that came out of the Flame Flinger is going down to the bottom by the Builder Huts, but the Warden building goes off. And look at that! The Lava Hound got protected, pulled 2 Seeking Airmines along the way. Beautiful Warden Eternal Tome to protect that Hound as he continues his way across. Has another invisibility spell, probably to use on his Royal Champion, which is what I would say is the best thing to use it on. But he's got a million balloons left to path towards the backside of this with 44 seconds, though. Time. That's what we have to keep our mind on. But these balloons should path their way over to the sweeper eventually and help finish this one off.
Yeah, Royal Champ actually knocks it down, and we would have liked to have seen that taken down earlier, but still manages to come in with the 3-star. Queen Walker Stephanie finally coming back into form the way we expect to see them, Carbon. This is the confidence boost that they needed, and I'm going to say a very nice play on their part to switch up the lineup. I think Klaus taking that lead gave Stars just a little bit more time to think about what he was doing, take the time to cool down, calm down, and I also think having that follow-up with the defense does put you in a much more comfortable situation. So really what we're looking at now is the 1-star lead, a huge percent differential, which does leave Yuta in a much easier position. in the final, even if we see Cutie Fenn come in with a 3-star.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, Yuta, can you recover from the yesterday, the 1-star? He did triple today, which was good for his mental state to say, yes, I can get a 3-star here, which is what helps stars in that moment with those skellies and the taking out the clan castle. But Kyle of Cutie Fenn is looking to put the pressure here on with a triple, would put them at a 14-star war. And still, that's what we said. 14, 15, that's what you need. And Queen Walkers, you're at 12 right now. You have a chance for perfection. Can you do it? They're looking to come in at least 3rd place here in the very first qualifiers of the Clash Masters Golden Edition, which means that a golden ticket is going to be given away at the end of the season. Not to the winner of this. Don't get that confused, as you're getting playoff points to potentially earn your spot into the playoffs after the 3 weeks of competition. But now dropping the king towards the top side, he's going to loop his way in towards the air defense area. Never mind, I'm just joking. He decides to go to the left side, and he's going to go to the bottom. I was thinking he might loop around where the yak went and then help protect this queen.
You would hope, but the queen actually going for a walk. This is not the best position. We want her on the inside edge. Yak is on the inside. Queen's going to work alongside the drags, not give it as much of a spread, but let's see. She can pull this back around. Flameblinger still going early ward ability with the double rage combination to power through. But we've got to get through the town hall here as well. And he does have the freeze to help hold it off. There we go, holding it and raging up. But can he keep them passing through to get into the core of the base? But the Eagle has not gone down yet. Queen does have her ability to try and take it down, but the Skellies, drops the poison. Is this enough with the giant bomb? She took on too much heat. More giant bombs, and the Queen, wow, still manages to take down the Eagle.
Yeah, just barely able to grab that. So that's huge rally, so that these Super Dragons will not get hit by that. But the problem is, there's still a lot left on this base with 2 Expo, Scatter, Air Defense, Multi, and even the enemy World Champion. I don't see him getting this one done with all this stuff left. So at this point, he needs to get percentage, as many buildings as possible. Can even drop the, rages up the Air Defense to try to keep that Super Dragon a lot. Well, that doesn't happen here. We got a poison spell to use on a queen. Ground Skeletons pop. There is the poison. We have an RC ability that's about to be going off. With the baby dragon grabbing some value to the bottom side. There's the RC ability. There's the invis, but he made the enemy queen invisible. Oh, I think so. She went for the scatter. Down she goes. And it's only gonna be in the 80s here. And that means 2-star puts him at a 13-star war, which would put not much pressure on Queen Walkers, because all he would have to get is a 2-star to win for the final attack for Yuta.
Absolutely. This is a much easy push for Yuta to work his way through. Pressure is off of Queen Walker, Stephanie, and you mentioned it. You know, what they're looking for in these qualifying rounds, of which we have 3 qualifiers and, of course, the last qualifier chance in order to do it. They're looking to get points, but they're also going to earn money along the way. It's a $50,000 prize pool in this golden edition. So the end game here is to get those points so you can get into the playoffs, where you can earn the golden ticket if you win first place in the big grand prize of $10,000, but you're still earning money. First place is going to walk away with $2,500. Second is going to walk away with $1,500, and both of these teams, third and fourth place, will walk away with $800. But the rest of the teams that have played between 5th and 8th also still get a payout as well. So for making it here this far, you definitely earn some, not just points, but some good cash to put along.
Indeed. Yeah, that's like $50,000. And to think that the winner of this week qualifiers earns that's a whole payout of what was in my event of the $2,500. So, like, it's crazy to think about, but it's just incredible, the prize pool that's really been upped this year because of Clash of Clans saying, hey, we want to focus on the community events that have helped promote the esports. So that's where we want to be giving away the golden tickets this year in several community events, including this Clash Masters Golden Edition, which is absolutely amazing to see absolute support and just how these leagues and organizations have stepped up and brought the competition throughout it all, and I can't wait to see more of it. But with this attack of Yuta, 2-star, you win. That's all you gotta get. And I'm sure he could do that with a Town Hall being on the top side of this base to at least secure that 1st star.
Absolutely, but what I'm surprised to see is we know Yuta for his Queen Charge Lalos, and he's coming in with a hybrid this time. So very interesting choice coming through. I'm actually looking to see the placements of the bomb towers, and we have 2 inside, because a lot of times when you're coming in with these hybrids, you like to choose bases where you can pick up some value with the bomb tower with your queen charges working along, but she does have the course to potentially push your way down with these wall breaks to pick up the 1 leading all the way down towards the 4 o'clock side of the base. If you can keep her alive, we've got the ice golems though that are gonna hold her back, and that could be a bit problematic. Do I see the Electro Owl helping out the queen here, though?
It seems like it, yeah.
Or wait, hold on. Did he switch him up?
Yeah. No, the Owl was helping.
Well, but the Owl is working with the queen.
Oh, the Owl is with the queen, yeah. And the last he's on the Warden, that is true. I was going to say, did the Owl go over to that? But no, the Owl is indeed. I'm looking at the bottom bar, and you can see Owl is on that queen as the hybrid goes through, but he's already got the 2-star, which means that the Queen Walkers have won the 3rd place match, but he's not ending there. He's looking to finish it off for a perfect war.
The perfect war is definitely what they need to finish with. They need a strong finish after what they've had this weekend to just to remind everybody, you know what, they're allowed off days, but in the end, they can clutch it, and that is exactly what they are doing here. And a nice switch up. We don't often get to see players changing around the combination with those pets, and Yuta going very different approach, not using his Lalo, getting out of his comfort zone, and it worked out perfectly for him. And that really was smart because of the ice golems in there that helps get through a little bit faster. So kudos to Queen Walkers who actually pull in that win carbon. Perfect war. They make the 3rd place spot. They of course are going to walk away with some nice prize money and some points to go away with. But this was a huge feat considering the 2 12-star matches that they had back to back between earlier today and yesterday.
Indeed, and they were able to bounce back from that, win the 3rd place match. But that means it is time to getting ready for the grand finals match of this first qualifier. So let's bring up the bracket so you can see the journey that these teams have fought through to get to this point in the finals. The last match of today is going to be between Vengeful Noobs and Indonesia. And Vengeful Noobs in the very first round against the Black Magic, they had a 14-star performance. Then the second war, they had a 15-star performance against Cutie Fenn. And then Indonesia, they've had back-to-back 14-star performances. Unless it was perfect. I think, 14
13?
stars. Was it 13?
13
Yeah, it might have been 13. But it's still crazy to think. 14, 14, 15, 13. It's still insane attacks. And that's the armies. Also, Indonesia coming in with the Super Wizards, the Yetis, and that's some attacks that you're going to have to think about to try to defend. I mean, they don't build bases to test for it, so they'll have to try to think about that. But, Lady B, we could probably take a look at the rosters to see these players participating here today.
That's exactly what we want to take a look at. Give some credit to the players that are earning these points, putting in the work, and coming in with the incredible and creative attacks. We've got Vengeful Noobs, which is featuring King Mo, Juan, Nazimo, Diego, and of course, the man under pressure himself who has taken the final hits both times, Van. But we do have one of the most creative teams we've seen so far, Carvin, and that is Indonesia.
Yeah, with the lineup of Ricky Coco, King Asteria, Kanyan, Alcadar, and Nicholas Lewis, they're going to be looking to take down Vengeful Noobs and setting a name for themselves here. Because if you win this first qualifiers here, you're going to get a ton of points. And that might literally be enough to make it into the playoffs just by winning. It really depends on the other teams, and if other teams really start to qualify and keep making them back, yes, they can earn enough points. But if different teams qualify each one of these qualifiers to the kind of the little mini brackets into the playoffs, then there won't be enough points to divvy out, and they could essentially make it just by winning first. But you know that they're going to want to try to make it back to qualifier number 2 to get a little bit more points, because just by making it to this stage, even 8th place, they are getting points. And it's usually like 5th through 8th are like all the same in terms of point wise, and then it starts really changing once you get into first through 4th, as you can determine who becomes into 4th place, which was Cutie Fenn. But we're jumping straight into it with this dragon attack, going straight across this base with that blimp. Get ready for the warden ability to try to protect, and he does just that. Let's see this blimp with a clone super mini, probably going to be sitting in here try to get this value.
Ooh, that's what I would expect to see coming into it. But he comes in with
Blizzard.
a Super Arch Blizz combination, is it? I see the Blizz.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, Super Archer's there, making sure that the Town Hall goes down and get that long line reach. They are definitely taking notes on what is effective, and this works out nicely for them. The Scatter Shot does not quite go down, and the Battle Builder will repair it, but we've got the force of the Royal Champion, the Dragons, and the Queen and Warden working together on task for it. Plus, we've got an invisibility spell for this entire back end, while they contend with the CC very last at the final portion of this raid.
But there is quite a bit, though, still left. The defending king, the queen, air defense. Don't get me wrong, there could be a lot. Oh, wait, the RC ability. That was actually clutch to skip and take a handful of these defenses down. Pops the queen ability, still has an invisibility spell to use. And all right, he's going to get it. And we do have the first 3-star of this finals. Very nice job.
I mean, this was a fast approach too. If you know, a minute 10 left on the clock there, and to leave the CC to the last minute, this is not something you often see in an attack like that. But definitely thinking outside of the box. This is why this is a very nice match to watch, because we've seen these two teams actually outthinking some of the best and coming in with interesting approaches and strategies. So this is going to be like, this in my mind was one of the matches that I was most looking forward to see what they would come up with. And I am definitely not disappointed in this first one. I don't know about you, but that was certainly impressive.
Yeah, it was a really nice job to really send those dragons in, get that value. And I don't know about you, but I would have been super nervous once I see a tornado trap and then all those traps of the giant bombs next to the town hall. I would have been like, I'm going to lose my super wizards and super archers instantly. But he's able to keep them alive, get the value, and secure the triple.
Yeah, did a beautiful job with that. And that is one of the risks that you take with that style attack, which is why it is nerve-wracking. But it seems that Vengeful Noobs has no fear. I mean, they've got noobs in their name, but this doesn't really seem to be quite right. I think they're going to have a name change coming in very soon after, depending where they land. But Indonesia, definitely not a team that will back down under the pressure here. We've seen them with the creativity. What we're most excited to see is that use of the Yetis and the Super Wizards in conjunction with the Bats. This is a Smash style attack, I guess we could call of their own device, because this is one of the first teams we've seen coming in with this repeatedly and with so much success and so much power left over in it. So we'll see if we have the same start off that they've had the last couple of wars between today and yesterday, and see if they can keep this tied up.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because there's been some incredible wars throughout this weekend. Yesterday and today, it's just been such battles between them. And this one, Vengeful Noobs running a complete ring base. Oh, man. And they're like, you know, the ring base should stop Super Wizards and Yetis. But will it indeed? Because that's what the plan is. 11 Yetis. Oh, my goodness. That is a lot of Yetis moving his way across. That is one way to try to take a town hall down, a base. Town 14 with the log launcher going in to try to open up all the way to the middle with a triple ice golem CC. That's what I was thinking they might put inside of their clan castle to try to stop an attack like this. So they've been watching what they've been doing. Let's see if it works.
We shall see. And there is a poll going in on the YouTube channel. Who you think's going to win? And for now, Vengeful Noobs is leading at 55%. That's what players are thinking. Let's see if this is going to be a smart move from them defensively, but we do get into the core of the base. What's nice about this is the split up, that wraparound of the King, the Yeti's going straight for the Town Hall, and the Queen on the opposite side to actually take care of things. We, of course, have the Bats that are going to take care of cleanup, but we've got to watch out for the splash, of course. But we've got 4 freezes. There's a couple of Wizard Towers to worry about, and that's really about it. Yeti's still going strong in this one. But heroes are not going to be around much more to support this. So it's up to the Bats for the cleanup and the Yetis that we have remaining.
There's one Barbarian on top of that scatter shot, plus another freeze to use. And he's got it. There's the freeze as the Bats approach. And this attack is insane. Like, what is going on? This attack, like, hasn't failed. This is Super Wizard and Yetis, and they thought they could stop it with putting Ice Golems and a ring base against them, and no, it absolutely just took it down for another triple, and I guarantee 100% you're going to see a video on this attack strategy. I mean, I'm not lying, I might definitely make one here, but you're definitely going to see it across the other channels. It's going to be all over, like, Queen Walkers getting taken out with this attack strategy. Are they going to win the finals with this attack strategy? It is doing an amazing job, and this attack will not get hit by the balance changes, so it should still work.
It should, certainly. And it's also very fast. I mean, we talked about the fast attack coming in from Vengeful Noobs, but this one also landed somewhere around the 1 minute 11 1 minute 11 seconds remaining on it. So these fast attack strategies, when we have teams like this that are pulling in the high scoring wars, where we've seen perfect wars coming in from them, that is the focus here. They're keeping their eye on the prize, knowing that it's not just about pulling in the 3 stars, but time is of the essence and could potentially be a factor, because both of these teams have showed that they have the propensity, that they have the ability to actually pull in those perfect wars. We have yet to see the double perfect war. I don't know that we'll see it today, because I do think that both of these teams have been paying attention, trying to find ways to hold back the strategies, even though that did not happen successfully, as you were wondering if it would. But yeah, this is definitely impressive. And I don't know, do you think Queen Walkers will take suit, start following suit with things like this?
I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna necessarily jump into this, but you never know, right? They're definitely gonna keep their eye on it. It's definitely an attack strategy that other pros can be like, oh, they're gonna have to think about potentially trying to defend or make a base to try to stop it. And I'm sure once the pros attempt to build bases against it, they will find a way to stop this attack strategy. It's just right now, it's working and it's taking bases down. We've seen it work on the anti-3. Now we've seen it work on the ring base, so we're really going to have to take a look at this attack, dissect it to figure out what is working so well. But we're into the next attack from King Mo of Vengeful Noobs, and he's bringing the Super Dragons, and they will be getting hit by the balance changes once the update drops. But he's coming in with the double clone as well to try to get some value around that Town Hall.
Yeah. So we've got the King working through taking on that scatter shot position. Queen lined up as well, but I don't like the pull that she's going to... Okay, there we go. She does manage to work her way in, and that's exactly what we want, because we want her getting to the outside edge, keeping the drags pushed to the opposite side. Blimp sailing through, we do have the invisibility spell to come along with it with the clone, so we expect to see those super minions. This is a perfect spot to get the reach with the single that's right in range, and also reach over to the Town Hall, take on the surrounding defenses. But the dragons are already on course, and we're going to see a huge split coming around to the outside of the base. Main thing is that they bypass the poison bomb.
Yeah, with the Super Dragon off to the right by the Eagle Artillery, taking that down. His super minions inside that blimp blown up, and they are taking out more value. And that's the thing about the super minions, is that when you use them, they have a high likelihood of also surviving after taking the Town Hall down. While if you use super wizards, you use them, they tend to die after they take the Town Hall down, as they may step inside of the Town Hall poison. But we still have the Queen and her ability, another freeze, and the Royal Champion. Like, I don't think the Royal Champion was designed to drop when there's only like 10% of a base, or even like 20% of a base left, to just finish it off with a freeze. I thought like maybe use it towards the beginning, but King Mo is using this RC to help clean up these bottom base defenses, and it's looking fantastic.
I mean, this is why we're seeing a nerf to Super Drags. This is definitely the reason why. The fact that you can bring in your Royal Champ so last minute, clutch it up, get the job done. This is why we need the nerf coming in to defend against the power of these Super Dragons. And these teams are going to have to adjust. But for now, King Mo taking advantage of it, and I don't blame him in one bit. This keeps them with that 3-star on the board when your opponents are coming in with everything they have and attacks that you don't know how to defend against because they're just so new and fresh to the meta. Like you said, it's going to take a little time for those pros and base builders to try and adjust and find the ways, especially after the update. What we see coming into it, what can they use to their advantage? You know, like that small buff coming in for those battle builders, you know, is that going to be able to help any of this in any way? But definitely making use of what they know and keeping the 3-star streak going strong for now. So it's 2 3-stars on the board for Vengeful Noobs. Indonesia has not disappointed thus yet with their scores. They have been pulling in high star counts, even perfect wars. Let's see what they can do with the next attack, if they're going to feel the pressure or if they're just going to keep coming in as calm as they have with their amazing Yeti Super Whiz bat strategy. I feel like this is going to have to go to Twitter.
Yeah,
it's going to have to go to Twitter.
Either it goes to Twitter or it goes to Team Indonesia for us seeing him, right? Name it. And that's kind of what we saw from Tortavatan, right? With their TT Smash coming in with those Yetis and Super Archers. This is kind of like a play off of that with the Super Wizards here. But that's really something that is an attack that we might see again because they ran it, I believe, twice in the last war. It was like back-to-back to start off. And it's one of those attacks that I guess you could just lead off a war with it because it doesn't require as much planning. You kind of find the right angle to deploy the troops. You get them in with the log launch or whatever it may need, and then the bats around versus a queen charge trying to help find that perfect angle. But it is not going to be that. It is going to be a Blizzard Lalo, it seems to be, with a few rocket loons that want to probably come in towards, I was going to say, to protect this blimp, but it doesn't need that there as the Invis is down. Rage to help chain into the Town Hall, take it down, and can't grab that single target Inferno as it's just too far away, but can grab a little bit more to set up this funneling.
Yeah, and does at least get the CC lure, which is exactly what we want. Slight hold up because we'll have the Ice Golem coming out, but can pull it in the nice direction. We have that baby drag that could work alongside, but I think the queen is going to be a little bit more necessary to get the job done here. You can already see her picking away as we wait for everything to come through. Problem is, we've got the Ice Golem timing that's going to come in and try and freeze her up. Drops the poison. We've got the pups going, and the queen needs to stay focused, keeping this alive, and it actually gives the opportunity to knock out that Ice Golem nice and fast. So Baby Drag setting up the funnel, lining up the queen's position and path, but look at the openings in here, Carbon. Look at where the Ice Golem is going, how it's open and packed into the core of the base with that multi-targeting Inferno, and the king can take the lead for the scatter shot here.
Now with that air defense going down to help potentially set up this queen pathing, if he can help grab that cannon, because the king's going to step in, take out the enemy queen. Okay, well, I don't necessarily know why he wanted to grab the air defense, because the queen could have grabbed that. That's 2 rocket loons that he almost wasted in a sense. Either way, with the invisibility, he got used on the queen. She can step in, grab some expos, grab a multi, maybe just 1 expo after the multi. At this point, with the RC ability going off, he's going to allow straight into the Eagle Artillery to help grab this value. Warden is down. Get ready for a second hound coming off to the right, but he finds that tornado trap right in the beginning of this Lala.
Yeah, but the loon survived nice, safe, and sound, able to hold the warden ability. I really want to stress the value of that queen, though, getting the core of the base taken down with just the unicorn and an invisibility spell. That was very impressive, and we won't be able to see that kind of value necessarily coming in with the nerf to the unicorn, but again, taking advantage for now Loons clumped together coming in. Single, again, not of consequence to the Loons. This is not an issue for them. So round of Loons, 38 seconds left to go. We've got the minions, pups around for the cleanup. No spells left, but they don't need it because there's no splash. And King Aristo looking to pull in the 3-star with 24 seconds. It's just that he needs to keep this yak going, keep the pups going, and it's looking solid here. This is looking like perfection to me, and I just cannot say enough about that opener. Finding those small narrow paths inside the base without doing a charge, just using the unicorn alone was such a smart move, and the precision involved to do that is exceptional as well.
Indeed, absolutely, and able to get another triple, and that's what we're seeing, triple after triple, and this is the final match here, the last war today that we're going to be watching for the very first qualifiers, and we do not want it to be any other way of just 3 stars coming in and then coming down probably to the end of where attack duration could be the difference maker. We're seeing it's 6-6, perfect war so far. And Vengeful Noobs, are they going to be able to keep 3 stars rolling in? Are they going to be coming in with maybe a different attack? We saw today, it was in the other war, which was all Hog Riders, Mass Hogs, with the Skelly Donut, with the bats, getting that value. You love to see different attacks, right? Rather than the same one over and over again. But hey, you got to do what works on the base, what you think is going to give you the best opportunity to get that 3-star to help your team win. So we'll have to see. The next attack is the Super Dragons.
Ooh, so Super Drags, short life left maybe, we'll see. But still using them in play. We're opening up the path here, leading to the Town Hall. We've got the blimp that can come in, take it on. Sneaky Gob's always a nice option to take it down. Just need to make sure you land over top when you have all those surrounding storages to worry about. And from the opposite side, we can already see actually that we have the Flame Flinger instead. So he swapped it up and he's leaving the dragons to come through. So this is the Stadger style approach. Yeti taking on the heat for that mortar though, so that the Flame Flinger can get the value needed. It was a quick swap over. Ooh, and look at the path of the dragons. Only one coming in for the Town Hall here. So he is going to need to invest a rage.
Yeah, with that rage into the core, hoping at least the one Super Dragon that is by the Town Hall is able to take it down, but he did freeze up the single, which I don't think was locking onto anything, to be honest, but now the rage is down for the Super Dragon. Freeze is down. Super Dragon should be able to secure the Town Hall as more Super Dragons are going to help clear the middle multi. Gets that value. Another freeze is down. Red air bombs, but the single is going to be secured. Flame Flinger is still up, grabbing the value. Down goes the Ground Expo, and just look at the value that each one of these individual Super Dragons is grabbing. It's insane.
It really is. And again, you know, we're talking about the power of the Super Drags, why we have a nerf essentially coming in for them. This is showing why. Even though the Eagle is firing away, we've got the troops coming out of that Flame Flicker. Drag Rider taking on the Scatter Shot, going for the Eagle that still remains, and the Queen's got her ability. We've got 1:09 on the clock, which actually feels like this is going much faster than the majority of those Flame Flinger attacks that we've seen come in. That often have about 30 seconds left. Final shots coming. Oh, the Expo does not go down though. Queen's gonna have to burn through this ability. Doesn't mean there's gonna be enough power with the Unicorn to get her back to health, getting over to the cannon, Archer Tower, and Mortar.
This is gonna be close.
The
Archers are tanking. They are protecting the Queen a little bit. Look at the Unicorn jumping the wall to protect. Down goes the Archer Tower. The Unicorn is saving this Queen. Oh, hang on. Yeah, she should have enough. Wait, come on. And she gets it. What a Queen. I guess you should not put any skin on that Queen, and then she'll start thinking smart again and getting it done and tripling. Man, that Queen just barely able to have enough health right there. Just the good old classic Queen. Great to see.
Yeah, no beating through walls, doing the right path, and those archers definitely helping her out. So we are continuing to stay triple after triple in this final matchup for the first qualifiers of the Clash Masters Gold Edition, which is sponsored by Rush.GG. And of course, with the Gold Edition comes the golden ticket in the playoffs. So these teams are vying for the opportunity to get into those playoffs, and they're going to have many opportunities to try and get into it through the 3 qualifiers and through the last chance qualifiers. But that last chance qualifiers that we talk about really is going to be a fun one with the teams that wind up in 5th through 8th position after the rankings are done, having the opportunity to basically choose who they want to go against after a bracket round, which is kind of interesting. We've not seen that.
That's going to be very interesting for sure. Well, you got to pick your opponent in that scenario. Oh, I cannot wait for what happens there. But Nicholas is looking to answer another ring style base, because they're thinking that this would be something that would stop maybe that mass Yeti Super Wizard attack strategy. But it's the Super Bowls that he wants to plan to path their way straight into the middle. But the multi is hitting his queen, charging her into the clan castle with the warden help, and a triple ice golem CC comes out to slow her down.
Yeah, the slowdown is what you worry about in this, but Super Bowler Smash, as compared to the majority of the Smashes, usually not the longest running one. Super, which is of course taking the longest amount of time, but we'll see if he can keep this on par and on track for what he needs. It does pose a little bit of a threat, but we do have the Siege Barracks coming along, which means more power, more troops, more action, and a better set funnel to cut into this ring style base. We're seeing more and more of this, but we also need to try and delay that warden ability, and it is looking okay for now, but still some opportunities to veer off course, and that's what you often worry about. Queen looks like she could take a wrong step, but is still up. She is going to the side and going to steal the healers.
Yeah, with those Super Bowlers, going to step in. Wait. No. The jump spell is not going to bring them back. Only one of them is going towards the Town Hall. The Warden. Oh, there's the Warden ability. Invisibility was used onto that one Super Bowler. Skips across. And does not take out that scatter on the backside. But the Queen is still up with the healers. Can these hogs and the push from the top side be enough?
Wow, I'm impressed the Town Hall went down with that. Queen working now in the wrong side. She takes the wrong opening, doesn't go for the scatter shot, just taking on full damage here. Wow, the healers get pinged away. Oh my goodness, this could hurt, but we do have the Super Bowlers coming in. The focus comes off of her, and the Royal Champ has her ability. So the Queen's going to take on the surrounding defenses, and Royal Champ can knock out this scatter shot. Actually, the Bowlers might do it themselves. So this has turned out fine for Nicholas Lewis. He's able to get the 3-star, keep this coming in, and Carbon, we are still seeing no breaks, no cracks in this matchup here. No one backing down. It is a game of chicken. They're looking at each other saying, I have your number. And the attacks are on both sides seemingly super fast. They're coming in with strategies that aren't very time extensive.
Yes, absolutely. And they are just tripling one after another. And like you said, it's whichever one cracks first. Who's going to have that first fail, that one mess up? They just slip up by one tile, because we saw in a previous war that the one mistake that they did was just dropping the invisibility spell a little too late on a Queen, causing her to force the ability and not grabbing a Town Hall. That's what could be the case here. You just don't drop your troop spell or siege machine, whatever it may be, in time. And it's not even that you would fail. It would be you time fail with a 99%. We have yet to see that. The players don't want to run into that situation, so they're focused, they're prepared, they're ready to go. They know that not only do they have to triple, but they have to triple fast. They have to keep pace with that to try to win off of a complete tie, perfect war from each side, which we've almost had that before here in this weekend. But it's very difficult, because it could even come down to the final 2 attacks, and still the pressure is insane.
It really is. And if you're interested in this kind of pressure, I can tell you that the registration is open for the second qualifiers. If you want your chance to try
Yes.
at getting into these qualifiers, at trying to get a golden ticket. So make sure to head over to the ClashMSTRS Twitter and sign up. Get your team signed up for this fast because there are more opportunities for it. And it's Van coming in with the fourth attack. We've seen Van actually coming in typically as the final hitter, but changing up the option here. And I wonder, again, if they're doing this more at a pressure position to make sure, or if it's just the plan that they have in store that they feel needs to come in at this point, give a little more time to the final attacker. Using the Flame Flinger to go for that Town Hall, and the Warden also coming in. Now, we're not seeing the Warden using the effect that we've seen previously, going for the Town Hall and the Flame Flinger at the same time, but we are using our time actually exceedingly well because these are both slow moving options, and it does wind up speeding things up a little bit more as he gets his Super Bowler Smash ready.
I'm just impressed that the Warden walked all the way for that Ground Expo. That was an amazing pathing from that Warden, just 200 IQ, because that Expo could have locked down to the Flame Flinger if he didn't take that down. But now the pathing for these Super Bowlers to step in, to go straight to the core, getting hit a little bit by the Eagle, which causes these healers to transfer off and try to protect him. He wall breaks again into the core. Super Minis come out. There's the jump. Another Rage. Get ready for the Warden ability. And it perfectly pops it to protect his troops through this core and smashing his way through.
And absolutely keeping those healers going strong through it. We want them to stay on the Super Bowlers, but eventually help the Queen out. Town Hall is down, so you don't have to worry about that on the back end. But we're going to get some extra boost of troops coming out of that Flame Flinger. We do see that the entire Tesla farm here is on the 9 o'clock corner, so we need abilities reserved, and that he's got plenty of. The King, Queen, Royal Champ with their abilities intact, and the Royal Champ coming in fresh. Drops those Skelly spells, the Rage, a freeze combination, all to get through this. A minute left on the clock. This is starting to slow up slightly, and we do have the Valken Yetis coming in, but traps along the way are going to stall it up. Can we get to the multi? Can the Yetimites actually take it down?
With that King's ability just going off, running around, the RC's got her ability, Queen's got ability, all the heroes are still alive, and with the healers, might even just make it like seem that the heroes have all full health. Like the RC is taking a little bit of damage from this Ground Expo, but it's become heroes finishing off this base. Down the Expo goes. Healers have transferred now off to help protect these final ones, but only 24 seconds left. Gonna beat through this wall, gonna be able to grab that. Warden stepping up a little bit. Goes for the multi, taking this down with the builder. And there is the tornado trap at the end, which will not do anything. And it is 3-star after 3-star. Nothing but perfection in the grand finals. And both these teams have had an incredible weekend so far. And they deserve everything to get to this point. And you look, 12-9. Oh my goodness, what a war we have on our hands here.
Indeed. The one thing I would worry about for Van is I feel that is one of the slowest attacks we've seen so far. So what they're going to have to hope for, if they can't get a defense, is to have another slow attack coming in. Something that isn't going to work as quickly and effectively as we've seen from Indonesia, because their time has definitely been impressive with the style that they use. That's going to be the biggest question here, other than can they keep those 3-star streaks going? They still need another 3-star to keep this tied up, keep it an option. Oh my goodness, Carbon, if this is ending with us looking at, you know, who could possibly crack in those final 2 attacks, that makes this one of the most exciting finishes that we will have yet. And it is Khan coming in with the 4th attack for Indonesia. We've got the hybrid combination, not necessarily a fast-moving attack, so this could maybe level out the course here, but also not an easy one. When we talk about ground-style troops, you don't often see hybrid because these are very base-specific.
Yeah, the base-specific base in terms of the hybrid, I should say, is really just see if you can get the value with the miners and hogs into the core, right? You either send your queen on the opposite side to grab an eagle or into a town hall, because usually sending your hybrid through a town hall is not the best thing to do at Town Hall 14 due to the poison effect. So now with that flame flinger, or that not flame flinger, the siege barracks, I am not used to seeing a siege barracks. It's been so much flame flingers. And that's over on the left side since you get those extra wizards and the P.E.K.K.A. He's pushing his way through with the heal in towards the middle of the space, but out comes a triple ice golem to try to slow down this hybrid now.
Yeah, the nice thing about the siege barracks for the hybrid is the extra boost of the hogs that you get, and you usually place it in a position where you want the extra reinforcement to come in from. One thing about this, though, we've got the let me point out, we've got the invisibility spell to hold off those healers with the multi. Queen's in a good spot. Multis are not ideal for these kind of attacks. Warden ability trying to protect everything through, the heal coming out of it as well because we have one final multi to get through. But
Queen!
Oh, she dies out and is not going to be able to help finish this in the end, which means we could have a time issue, and that is if we have what we need finishing this off, trying to get through the splash damage of that scatter shot. He's got a lot of miners here, but no heal spell, and the Royal Champ just expending through that ability. This is going to be a tough finish.
Queen
and the healers
ability.
are on the miners.
Oh, no, because that Queen could have taken out the Expo and taken out the rest of this. The Owl, wait, no, hold on. Is he still going to get it? The Owl is going to be able to get the ground Expo. 45 seconds. You've got to be. Khan is going to get it potentially with the healers. No way. There's a giant bomb. They're going to take out the wizard. Yes. It's going to triple.
Wow.
I thought it wasn't going to with that Queen going down through ability. But Khan is still able to get it done, and it's still perfect, meaning that it comes down to a 1 versus 1 match to win $2,500. So whoever does better wins. But if it's triple and triple, we're gonna have to receive word of what the average attack duration is, because I don't know. So I'm sure that we will hear very soon. They'll let us know so that we can let you at home know what that is and who has the advantage, because that's literally what it might be if it comes down to a perfect.
Yeah, so let's see what we have coming in. This means a lot of pressure on for Vengeful Noobs. Yeah. So Vengeful Noobs, we just got word in, wow, has the advantage by 2 seconds. 2 seconds right there.
What? 2-second advantage for Vengeful Noobs. Are you serious? That means anything is on the table now. Like, it's literally almost 100% tied. Like a 2-second advantage for Vengeful Noobs. The last attack can swing it. That's how close this is.
Oh my goodness. Now, okay, so we still need to see Vengeful Noobs come in with the triple. They know they have the slight advantage, but they not only need to come in with the triple, they need to do it as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Because it's only 2 seconds. That's an easy turnaround.
So what we have to keep in mind is we have to look at the time. So everyone at home, you too, look at the time when the attack finishes, right? So even though the next attack, let's say it finishes 2 seconds faster, that's not going to be enough because it's an average, right? So you're going to have factor in average. So so Indonesia must finish more than 2 seconds faster. Probably, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8, I don't know, whatever it may be, to help the advantage to step it up and bring the average down, right? So that average is always below, more than and below, to give you what's in between. But we're dropping with the rage, with the super bonus here for Diego. The thing is, you triple and you force the pressure. You don't, then things really get crazy.
I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the fastest moving attack. I would have liked to have seen like super drags with the super minion blimp if I was worried about time to try and get our way in. But we do have the Yeti blimp to come through. Healers have swapped over, coming in away from the heroes, and the Yetis have yet to get to the town hall. It's not activated. We need to work our way in. We've got the jump to surround this. Don't tell me that that Diego is going... No. There's no way he can throw this at this point. They've got the opportunity to get the perfect ward, try and turn this around. We've got the opening to lead inside the base. Loon's coming in. Town Hall's activated. Queen has her ability. King also working through. But where are we on time, Carbon?
Town Hall goes down. Yeah, time is indeed taken away. We got the King that still has his ability. Single target Inferno got frozen. Freeze onto the multi. Queen's getting hit by a lot. Has her ability. Queen goes down through ability. Carsey's ability goes off, and this might not even be a 3-star. This just... Oh, what? Like, we have triples all the time, and all of a sudden, the final attack, the pressure is too much, and it falls short. Wow. You needed the triple just to keep pace with everything that's going on. This is the second time that we've got to a 12-12 with a perfect war in the line, and then that last attack falling short.
I'm being so close on the time. You know, that factor. Good jump for the king there, and the yak coming through with the open walls, but he knows there's really nothing he can do but try and get the percentage high. What they're going to hope for now is to see a final defense, Carbon. They're hoping that Indonesia will not finish off with a perfect war, that they will get an 82% 2-star, though it would be interesting if, I guess it would be interesting if we see an 83%.
Right? If it's an 83, if it's an 83% 2-star, let's think about this. That's most likely because it's going to be, well, I mean, it could be an 83% that fails fast. And if it's an 83% that's a fast fail, then they win. Because the average attack duration was quicker, I guess? Maybe? I'm not sure, but if it's an 83% where it, like, takes the whole time, like that one, then in the case that they would lose because of attack. Okay, things get wild when you start to think about that. I don't want to think about that. At this point, they go for the 84, they win. And that's on their mind. But good luck. And yeah, so it will be interesting.
Yeah, 84 is what's needed in order for sorry, not Vengeful Noobs, but for
Indonesia.
It's been a long, crazy day, Carbon. I am just as stunned at what we're witnessing. But 84% is what's needed for Indonesia to come in. They have shown their prowess. They've shown their creativity, their power. And I can't wait to see how this war is going to finish up. The final conclusion for Qualifier 1. We, of course, have 2 more qualifiers and the last chance qualifiers, and you still have opportunity to register for the second qualifier if you want to put your clan to the test. It's Ricky Coco to come in with the Super Drags. He was thinking ahead, knowing that time could be the factor, so that's what he's opted to go for, with the Lightning to take on the Air Sweeper to help with the direction that we have coming into this. But we've got those 3 clone spells, which are known for, to take on the Town Hall with the surrounding loons and take on a big amount of that surrounding defense in the Town Hall.
Yeah, with that early ward ability protecting this blimp, it's flying. The goal of this blimp is not to grab the Town Hall, but to grab the core of this base of the Infernos. And look at that. Single goes down. Multi goes down. Oh my goodness. And even an E-Drag's in the middle and chaining through to help take down some of the super minions. Look at this. The E-Dragon and the clone loons absolutely gut this whole core. Where did it go?
It has gone away. That's where it's gone. But Town Hall remains, and we've got the heroes coming in for it along with the Super Drags. We've got a freeze to hold off the Town Hall, the Expo, give this the opportunity needed, and it's looking solid for now, except we don't have a Rage. Royal Champ gonna have to come in, use that ability to get through. She's got Lassie taking the lead over the Expo to protect her so she can hold on to this ability just a little bit longer, force it down. And we've got the remainder of those Super Drags working from the top side in the Queen ability, Carbon.
Yep. The Queen's ability goes off. Super Dragon's coming off to the right, 83, and one more, and there it is! Indonesia is going to win this first qualifiers of the Clash Masters, coming away with it, and it might just be a fail. Looks like the Warden is going to be getting taken out by this air defense and scatter. Queen's going down to the Air Expo, and to think that the final 2 attacks, both of them failed. This one at 97%. And they were coming in with triples, and we were thinking it might be a perfect, but congratulations to Indonesia winning this one. First place, incredible stuff from this whole weekend here. 14-14, and it's just a percentage victory, and they will be taking it, and they'll be taking home the $2,500 winning prize for first place and getting the most playoff points, which we might have a little bracket or standings to show you guys of where the teams have finished. But we will be jumping into the bracket here to show you what they have taken out to get to this point and how they did. It was incredible stuff. What a weekend of wars. And there it is, Indonesia taking first place.
Yeah, so Indonesia walking away with $2,500. That was a difference of $1,000 in that matchup. So Indonesia walking away with $1,500 now. I'm sorry. Vengeful Noobs walking away with $1,500. Yeah. And third and fourth place, we have Cutie Fenn and Queen Walker Stephanie with $800. And fifth through eighth are walking away with $400 as well. So all the players receiving money, but it's about the points as well. As you mentioned, that system of ranking through, and this puts them in a really good spot. Indonesia on top. Who expected it? Again, this is a name that you are going to keep in your minds. I know, Carbon, you've been mentioning you're going to be in that clan. Carbon's got some videos coming out. Just wait for it, but you better not forget to mention that Barb, that one lonely Barb who took down the scatter shot all by his lonesome to help the team.
Absolutely, indeed. What an amazing barbarian and amazing attacks overall the whole weekend from all these clans. It was just crazy to see these near perfect wars. And then we saw a few perfect wars nonetheless coming in. And again, congratulations to Indonesia coming away with first place, getting the most points so far to be able to push them in a good spot to try to make the playoffs. But remember, you guys at home, you guys can sign up for qualifier number 2. Be sure to sign up now so you guys can play and try to be on this stage next weekend when it will be going down. So much stuff. It's been an absolute pleasure to be casting this with you, Lady B, this weekend for the very first qualifiers. And again, thank you to the production. Thank you to all the players and all of you at home watching these wars. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. But that's going to wrap this one up. And hopefully you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you guys next weekend for qualifier number 2. Till then, clash on.